that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there's strength in numbers, right? There's like you can hide in the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah, yeah, and plus, as a young, attractive woman, she can get other men to white knight for her.
Okay, people should be starting to get
I-
in.
If she's feeling overwhelmed, yeah, that's something women will do. Well, especially in the West, because in our countries, there's no checks at all on female nature.
What did you send her? Because she told me that you sent her a bunch of messages. Like a while ago, it
On
seems.
Skype.
Yeah.
On Skype, yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've talked to her on Skype since I think probably July. I think or August. Was it July or August? August.
So what did you say though?
I can send you a screenshot.
Sure. Sorry, I'm just still announcing this. Yeah.
That would take some time to read, but no, I was just checking her on her shit testing behavior.
So why do you think she said shit? Okay, you know what? Let me tweet this out, and then we can talk
And
about it in peace.
getting men to white knight for a woman. That is shit. That is a form of shit testing. A shit testing behavior.
Okay, let me crack open a cold one. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're doing it simultaneously on Twitch and the Discord, so get in the fucking Discord. Also, I was thinking today we could have some female callers if any women would like to jump in and yell at Hardin about their opinions and his opinions. Let me know in the chat.
Fun.
I'll selectively unmute you if you want to do that. Okay, so let's get to this. So Hardin, you've been talking to Hannah. I don't know what about. She says you sent her a lot of messages, like a ton. She also said that she showed you her feet today. Oh fuck me! I still had the music going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm surprised you don't have the background music playing like you normally do.
Oh no, you can hear it, but unfortunately the stream could, which is bad for me.
I can't.
No.
I can't hear it.
You will in a second. I just need stream safe, something that can't be copyright struck. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Let me see. I normally don't like making these streams personal, because I like to focus strictly on the subject matter. But I guess maybe yeah, if it ends up being relevant to the subject matter.
Well, it seems relevant to you because you talk about shit testing a lot, and you seem to suspect her of doing that to you a lot. Are there concrete steps to determine if someone's shit testing you? Like a checklist?
Well, that would be one example right there. Yeah, not wanting, refusing to talk to you one-on-one, only wanting to talk to you among a group. And typically the reason behind that is because when it's among a group, especially if you're talking to a young attractive woman, she knows that she can easily get other men to white knight for her. If you're challenging her too much, if you start calling her out on her crap.
Okay, what have you called her out on?
But see, my issue with shit testing is See, and this is why I tell guys, especially fellow black pillars, especially black pillars, you just it's not something you should tolerate because the thing is, women are not logically consistent with that behavior. Because see, Chad and Tyrone do not have to deal with shit testing. They don't, they don't have that they don't have that kind of behavior thrown at them.
Hmm. Okay, so
Yeah, see. If a woman views you as a Melvin or an Urkel, she will shit test you because
Can you re-explain what shit testing is for those who don't know?
that's Nurse Brady again, chiming in uninvited.
Brady, yeah, it's just childish fucking behavior.
So is that so it's basically a method for them to weed out the weaklings and discover weak links.
So yeah, shit testing would be like if she only wants to talk to you with other people around, if she if she abruptly hangs up on a phone conversation with you, if she if she
Is that what she
stands you
did?
up, if she stands you up when you have a scheduled engagement, or if she shows up fucking hours late.
Well, that's not a shit
and-
test.
and-
That's just
and-
called being a cunt. That's not. You can't just sit around and wait on somebody, man or woman, for 2 hours. If she doesn't show up, leave. Right?
Well, but that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and so that's something that PUAs that PUAs talk about, and that's one thing that I do agree with PUAs on. I disagree with them on how to handle it. I think there's a limit to, if you're going to allow that behavior, you need to set some very firm limits on it, like after I guess it depends on each individual man and what his tolerance level is, but
Again,
you
I don't
need
think
to-
it's a male-female thing. That's just self-respect. I'm not gonna sit around. I'm not gonna wait for anybody for an hour, dude. Like, we made out a time.
Right,
If you show up, you show up. If you don't, fuck you. That's just how it works.
yeah. I
So,
agree.
what's this I heard about?
Yeah, but see the reason I argue that it's disrespectful behavior on women's part is because they really only engage in that kind of they don't engage in that behavior universally, if you understand what I mean. See if a woman views you as Chad or Tyrone, then it's extraordinarily unlikely that you will experience that sort of behavior from a woman. They really, for the most part, from what I have observed,
So
they really only engage in that kind of behavior if they view you as a Melvin or an Urkel. So in other words, if you have the physical attributes of Brad Pitt or Tyson Beckford, it is extremely unlikely that a woman will ever engage in that kind of behavior toward you, because she automatically views you as a man of value. Automatically.
So what's this I hear about you asking her for feet pics?
Yeah, so what?
But okay, so that could be a reason why she does not feel comfortable talking to you alone. Does she have nice feet?
It's hard to tell through those white stockings.
White stockings. Oh my.
White
What is it with you and
stockings
feet?
Under her mother's wedding dress.
Oh, what's this I hear? Her
Yeah,
what?
un-
Her
under her
mother's wedding dress.
Yeah, yeah.
You put her in a wedding dress? What is it, shotgun wedding? Are you... Seems to be moving fast. It's okay, so you go for the feet. Usually guys would ask like for a titty pic or something, I guess, not immediately jump to, hey, can you give me a... Show me your toes. Right?
Well, see. The quality of a woman's breasts are pretty easy to gauge, because those show through her clothing. Those protrude.
Yeah, but you can stuff a bra.
That's not.
It's very easy. Women have a very easy time cheating on those things.
Well,
Do you like
there's things like breast augmentation. That's true.
Oh, do you like fake tits? I don't. I'd rather just small and natural than those goofy fake tits.
Yeah.
Plus, don't they make... I wonder if they're vegan. Are breast implants vegan? Are they like... Do they use any animal products to produce those?
Silicone.
I don't know what silicone is made out of, so I have no idea. I wouldn't know.
You know what silicone is? Yeah, silicone.
I know what silicone is, but not what it's like made out of.
Silicone's a natural element. I don't know. I should know this. I don't know if it's considered a mineral. I should know that, but I don't know if it's considered a mineral or not. But it is a natural element. They make a lot of things. They make a lot of things out of silicone.
They do, yeah. Among them, also Bat Dragon dildos. I don't know if you know those guys. I was reading a great statistic today. You're gonna love this. Being a vegan yourself, you know what furries are, right? At this point, I'm sure I've brought them up before. Are you aware of their
Furries.
Oh my god, you don't know furries?
I've heard the term.
Dude, these are guys who dress up in, fucking literally furry costumes, and they, fuck each other at, like, conventions. So what I looked up today is apparently that, like, literally half of them admits their sexual attraction to real animals. And they would like to be a real animal, basically. So
What?
that's... Yeah. You've never heard of these people? That's interesting to me. How do you... Especially as a vegan, like...
Attraction?
Yeah, to animals.
Sexual attraction to non-human creatures? What the hell?
Yeah, right. They like to pretend that they're anthropomorphic animals, and they put on their goofy little costumes, which cost a lot of money. Some of those things run up to like into the thousands of dollars because the costumes basically have like ventilation and cooling systems inside them, so they don't sweat.
Oh my gosh.
I know, yeah, but yeah, these guys like to diddle dogs from time to time, and every other month it's like one of them gets caught basically raping a dog, and then they're like, oh, but that's not all furries. And then us sane people are like, well, kind of is though. You guys keep getting caught, right? And then whenever they get fucking caught, they defend the fucker who got caught. It's a really fucked up community.
Now that's something those shitheads deserve capital punishment for, if you ask me.
Hey, I agree. I ain't fuck 'em. I really
No. That's for me. For me, that's the absolute line right there. Non-human animals and children
Okay, well, how old would you say? Like, what's your age cutoff then for the term child? Because as older I get, like to me at this point, like an 18-year-old is a kid. I'm old.
the age of puberty, so age 13.
Yeah, but okay, so like 13 is not a kid to you? So 12 is weird, but 13 is not? Hello?
Is
you were cutting out.
Mariah in the stream?
She...
Mariah in the stream.
I do not know.
I haven't heard from her.
I think she's out with her boyfriend shopping for Halloween costumes. She might join later.
Oh.
No promises though.
Oh.
So you cut out though. So 13 is a-okay, but why is 12 not okay? I don't feel like there's that big of a difference between the two. Is it just the puberty?
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm going by the laws of evolution.
Well, the laws of evolution tell us to do a lot of things. We also evolved to eat meat, right? I mean, we don't just live off of plants, or didn't used to until very recently. I think veganism is like a modern idea, is it not?
No. Humans actually really did not evolve to eat animal products because if we did, we wouldn't be prone to degenerative diseases, which are diet-related diseases, like atherosclerosis, for example. Atherosclerosis is that's the technical term, the scientific term for heart disease. Um,
Yeah, but I mean, vegans
uh,
surely
uh,
also get sick, right?
well,
I mean,
anybody
it's not
can
as
get
if right. I mean,
and anybody can get infectious diseases. Yes, infectious diseases. But there's a difference between. I mean, yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why you've got a lot of people within the ranks of vegan activism who have been opting to get the Chad-19 vaccines.
the chat 19.
The Chad-19 vaccines. Yes.
What the fuck is a chat 19 vaccine? Is that wordplay on COVID
Well,
19?
I avoid using the actual name of that virus on social media, because that's one of the key words that's programmed. That's one of the key words that will trigger the algorithms of these social media websites and cause them to go into full-on SJW snowflake mode.
So chat 19 is a
So
way to get around that?
yes,
Okay, so I
yeah,
assume
yeah. Because if I'm bringing it up on, like, say, in one of the discussion groups on Facebook that I participate in, I don't want my readers to be bombarded with that stupid fucking banner that pops
Wow.
up.
What kind of
saying-
discussion groups are you in?
saying for accurate information on Chad 19, click here and go to the CDC. No, I don't want my readers to be bombarded with that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Shit.
What kind of discussion groups do you take part in then on Facebook? I don't use Facebook, full disclosure. Like, the only social media site I use at this point is Twitter. When I'm like taking a shit, I just scroll through cat photos and that's about it. I don't.
when
I've
you're
never
taking
used.
a shit.
Yeah, I'm on my phone when I take a shit and I just look at cute cats and shit. But so what do you do on Facebook? Like, what do you write about?
Well, there's three groups that I regularly participate in, and then other groups occasionally. They're all free speech groups, so these are groups that do not curate any content. Of course, you're still at risk of censorship from Facebook, but not from the admins of those groups. And one of them is a vegan free speech group, and then the other two are general free speech groups.
Okay, fair enough. So is there a Stacy 19 too, or like a Melvin 19, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I assume you've not been vaccinated yet, right? I would have to assume.
No, I have not opted to get the Chad 19 vaccines.
You don't trust them. I forget where you live, and don't say it's. Don't like give yourself away. But isn't life very like? Isn't it really tedious at this point without it?
It's because vaccines in general are not vegan. Vaccines contain animal products.
Oh, right, that's your issue. I forget.
They use animal testing. Animal testing. Yeah, my
Yes.
position on vaccines will change when the pharmaceutical companies start making the damn things vegan.
Okay, so you don't really have an issue with, like, you're not one of those people who thinks the 5G contaminates our brains and makes us zombies, or the vaccine has microchips. You have ethical issues with.
I haven't seen any evidence to support that theory, no. But
Okay, so it's an
regarding the
ethical
Chad,
issue. So would
I,
you?
but regarding the Chad 19 vaccines, I do understand. I do understand the arguments that folks are making against those vaccines in particular, because a lot of people who have gotten the Chad 19 vaccines are reporting some pretty scary side effects.
Okay, I have a question for you before we get to that, though.
So I get that. I definitely get it.
Okay, I want to address something real quick. So occasionally, because of some of the things you say, which are, can be bombastic, or at least odd, you would have to admit to some people. A lot of people think that you're a troll, and that you've been just fucking with me, basically, for all these years. But I would like everybody to know, I've done my vetting of Hardin, that my background checks, and, to be fair, I've been on the internet for like 15 years. You're not gonna pull the wool over my ass. Wow. Yeah, man, I'm 30.
How long on Discord?
I have no idea. I don't remember anymore. Probably a couple of years too. I mean, 4 years, 5 years. I mean, Discord is very well, not very new, but it's a more recent one. Anyway, point is, you're real. Hardin's real. The opinions are real. You may enjoy this content without feeling like you're just watching actors. Now to my question though. So given that these vaccines are made, using animal testing and animal products, how many lives, are you willing to not save if it was up to you, would we even be using these vaccines at all? Or should we just let the Chat 19 run through the population and just call the weak?
Well, here's one way to look at it. Imagine an alien species from way the fuck out in space somewhere. A Star Trek level species, like say the Vulcans or the Romulans or somebody like that. And it's a species that's not friendly to us, that doesn't give a fuck about us. So they come to our planet and take a certain number of humans and use humans as experiment subjects for something that they're doing, some research project for their home planet.
I wouldn't blame them.
So you would accept that, really? You would actually accept that?
No, I wouldn't accept that. I said I wouldn't begrudge them for it. They're an alien species. We are not. They have to think of their own. Why would they have to care about our well-being? It's a fucking alien. Whatever, right? I mean, if they conquer us and they enslave us, then fair enough. That's how it is. That's just life. I mean, I can't look at a Romulan or whatever the fuck and be like, oh, why don't you care about my human rights? Why does he give a shit? All he has to worry about is his own wife and Romulan child, right? You could apply the same to... if it's between... I'm gonna use an animal product to make a vaccine to save my child. I will.
So you're saying you really would have no problem at all with an alien species from way out in another star system, wherever the hell in the galaxy?
I didn't say I would not have a problem with it. I am just saying I would not hold it against them. I would still fight back for my... Look, I'm gonna fight for my side. I'm just saying I would not blame them for fighting for their sides. They're trying to enslave us.
So you would fight back. So you would fight back and
sure.
And at least make an attempt.
Sure,
so
just
you would
like
have a problem with that. So you would have a problem.
I'm
with that.
just saying it's understandable what they're trying to do. They're just trying to save their own species, and if it takes human lives for them to make a Romulan vaccine, then fuck it. I mean, I understand their reasoning, but I'm still gonna fight back against it. Just like an ant fights back when, you know, you step on its, whatever, its little, not a house. What's the word I'm thinking of? Nest. Right? I mean, I understand that too, but compared to me, it's just a fucking ant. What's it gonna do about it? Nothing. And compared to the Romulans, maybe we couldn't do anything about it. I'm just saying, like, so you're saying
we would.
you would rather this, you know, the vaccine it's very, very effective, saved probably millions of lives after the Chinese all killed us. Thanks. You would rather that vaccine never have existed, or any other vaccine? Because during during the trials and during the development of it, some animals said to be used.
Okay. Here's another way. Here's another way to look at it. How many folks in the audience? I'm willing to bet zero would accept the idea of, say, mentally retarded children or children with severe autism being used as test subjects to make vaccines and drugs and cosmetic products and stuff like that.
Well, I wouldn't put dogs on the.
Now I'm using that as an example because see, mentally retarded humans and humans with low functioning autism, because there's different types of autism. You've got You've got what's called Asperger's syndrome, which that is a form of autism. It's high functioning autism, and people with Asperger's are typically people of extraordinarily high intellect. Then you've got
but you're like comparing now. You're comparing like autistic children to dogs. I don't think they have the same.
Yeah, it's a perfectly logical comparison because just like dogs, someone with low functioning autism or someone with mental retardation is incapable of giving or withdrawing consent. Completely incapable of it.
True, but I mean, we've not really been caring that much about consent. I mean, an animal can't consent even. How would you ever get an animal's consent to do anything? I mean, your dog is probably also not gonna really want to consent to going to bed at night, but it has to, unless like, do you have cats, right? Do you let your cats just push you around at home? Do you do what they say, or the other way around?
Actually, my cat sleeps with me every night.
Oh, that's cute. But I mean, the cats didn't. It's not like the cats. Whenever you got it, it didn't consent to choosing you, right? I mean, you picked it out. You adopted it. A lot of people, a lot of vegans, especially those in who are those lunatics? PETA? Who are the ones that like put down animals under the guise of saving them? I think it's PETA. They like think that owning pets is slavery.
Does, yeah, and that is utter fucking hypocrisy on their part. Yeah.
See, they would tell you that you're a slaveholder.
And there is an increasing number of people within the ranks of vegan activism who are calling PETA out for that hypocrisy.
But they would call you, nonetheless, they would call you a slave owner for owning a cat.
Well, no, it's not, because cats and dogs are part of human society. They've been a part of our society for many millenniums now. They're domesticated creatures, so that is entirely different from, say, taking a zebra as a pet, because zebras have never been part of human society.
Yeah, well, I mean, that has to start some points, right? Why can't we domesticate zebras? Or pandas. Do you care about pandas? I was talking to my friends about this recently. It's like we put so much.
care about all non-human animals.
Even those
Above
fucking
humans.
dummies, because you just said that you follow the laws of nature or whatever when you said that 13-year-olds are like okay to have sex with, and you said that you follow the laws of evolution. If not for humans, those pandas would be extinct by now. It's human meddling. It's us playing God is the only reason that pandas are still alive. We literally have to set up like candlelight dinners in the forest for them and make them manually hump. For the male pandas, all of whom are, I guess, gay or something, they just don't want to have sex. And I always make the point that, you know, fuck it, let them go extinct. Who gives a shit? I mean, they clearly don't want to exist.
I'd have to see an article on that. I find that difficult to believe.
What, you don't know this? You don't know that pandas are, like, suicidal as a species? That's interesting. They're a very, very stupid species. Also,
you're telling me the males literally have no sex drive? Wow.
Yeah, apparently they couldn't. They can't have.
That's bizarre.
It is bizarre. It's also fucking stupid. They are also just completely self-destructive. They just love falling off of stuff and breaking their necks. But also,
Well,
knowing that, aren't they also a good example of lookism, where we only keep them alive? We only try to save their species because they're just adorable to look at. We wouldn't be putting in this much time and effort and money if pandas looked like sea cucumbers, right? We would just go, ew, let it die.
I know China has sanctuaries for pandas.
Right.
Not in their cities, but in the rural areas.
Yeah, and they rent those animals out to zoos all over the world. I found this out recently. They basically lease them out to other countries as sort of a political chip.
I hate zoos. I really fucking hate zoos.
Really? Because those things are sometimes happy. Like, I've been to a zoo. They don't look miserable. What's your problem with the zoo?
No.
Oh, okay, here's a question for you. Do you know Harambe?
Harambe. Oh, Harambe, the gorilla. The gorilla was fucking murdered.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because that gorilla had like a 2-year-old or something in its paws, and they shot him. They did our boy dirty.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Harambe. That's right, chat. Angel frame.
Yeah, all because of a stupid fucking irresponsible single mother.
Okay, do you think it was the right choice?
No.
No? But what if it had killed the baby?
I am not convinced that gorilla was going to harm that child, but they could have shot him with a tranquilizer if they were just really that worried about it.
That's what I was thinking too, right? Like, don't you see that always in the movies? I thought that's like, isn't that real? Where all you hear is like a, and then the gorilla would have like looked at its neck and pulled out the dart and looked at it and said, "What the?" and then fallen over. I don't know.
Or they could have sent a team of employees to
negotiate its release
to retrieve the human child. But see those kind of situations wouldn't be happening if we weren't keeping creatures in such horribly unnatural confinement spaces. I'm all for sanctuaries. A zoo is entirely different from a sanctuary because in a zoo they're in extremely cramped living quarters, and those creatures actually get very stressed out. They go into states of depression all the time because they're in environments that are nothing like their natural habitat.
Sometimes at least they kill their keepers, right? I mean, there's that, a little bit of a revolt. That's
and
always
I don't
fun to read
care.
about. Okay.
All right. And I don't care.
All right. I actually. Okay. Before we continue, I want to repeat. I want some whammon to call in today. So if you're a whammon, tag yourself in the Discord chat. Get in the Discord. And tell me why I should unmute you. Hardin. Okay. Drowning dog, drowning like child. Which one do you save?
Drowning dog versus drowning child. I don't know. I'd have to flip a coin. I'd have to flip a coin on that.
Really? You
I
wouldn't
really
save the
don't know.
child? It's
Yes.
like a cute little, just 4-year-old baby drowning or something. You'd flip a coin for like a dirty pit
Yes.
bull. Oh my goodness. Okay, what?
But going back to the point I was making earlier. See, nobody would accept the idea of using mentally retarded people or people with low functioning autism or people with Down syndrome or prison inmates for these medical experiments and stuff like
Prisoners?
that because
Yeah?
because
Bro,
we
dude.
understand that. Wait, hold on, because we understand that these are categories of people that are incapable of giving or withdrawing consent, and what I'm saying is, if you wouldn't accept that being done to being done to mentally retarded people or people with schizophrenia or people with low functioning autism or people
I would.
with
So you said
or
prisoners,
people with
right?
Down syndrome.
I would 1
Um,
million percent be on the side of experimenting on prisoners instead. Fuck them. Here's why. We have this entire subpopulation of people who are not really human beings, right? Dennis Rader, the BTK killer, the guy who like murdered little children and jerked off on their corpses. That guy's still alive. He's in prison. Edmund Kemper is still alive. He's in prison. Like, take guys like that and fucking inject them with vaccines. Who gives a fuck? Like, test on them, right?
well,
They're evil people.
Well, the point I'm making is it is utter fucking hypocrisy to say no. I would never want to see mentally retarded people or people with low functioning autism or people with schizophrenia or people with dementia uh, experimented on. And keep in mind, these are people who prior to humans advancing to the level of what we call civilization now, prior to humans advancing to the level where we now have these things called cities and countries and what have you. Prior to that, when people when we were primitive fucking nomads,
Yeah, bro,
just
but then we
wandering.
decided to dominate the planet. I mean, the whole thing about
Hold
giving
on, no,
autistic kids rights and stuff, it's not like that's a very modern notion. Even the Nazis used to euthanize them. They called them lebensunwürdiges Leben, which literally translates to life unworthy of living.
that is
It is a
that is
very modern
precisely
notion for us to give them rights.
that is precisely my point. Yes, when we were just a fucking nomadic species roaming through the savanna plains of Africa a million years ago, anybody born with those kinds of defects would have been left to fend for themselves.
Yeah, and they would have died of Chad 19. We don't have to, because we can experiment on animals. Bro, I don't know. I mean, you have to admit that a lot of these opinions are very wacky to a lot of people. So you're saying that like a dog's life is just as much worth as like a drowning child, and you can decide who to save there.
What I'm saying is what I'm saying is you can be a fucking hypocrite and say it is acceptable to do medical experiments on subjects that are incapable of giving or withdrawing consent, that are incapable of speaking up for themselves in our court
Okay, but
system
you're saying
and what
that.
have you. Hold on,
Then again,
hold on.
no, no, no.
Just because they're of a different species, and you can either be a hypocrite or fucking be logically consistent. Be logically consistent and say, no, this is unacceptable across the fucking board, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Okay, so to be logically consistent across the board, I would like you to know that 13-year-olds can't consent to anything that includes sex. Like, their brains aren't developed. Our brains don't really finish developing until we're 25. Yet you're saying if that kid wants to
25,
marry
yeah,
someone.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever met anyone like younger than 20? They're all fucking idiots. You don't believe that? Okay, when do you think a brain is like matured? At what age do you think a person is like capable of signing a mortgage?
I don't know. I'd like to think I had some intellect when I was 20. Well, you can sign a mortgage at age 18. 18.
Yeah, and 18 is
age,
usually
like,
the cutoff in most countries for what people consider to be a child, your childhood to be over. Now you're an
Yes.
adult, you're 18,
Yes.
get a fucking job and pay taxes. For a lot of stuff, we even have higher age limits, right? For in the US, if you want to drink, you have to be 21. You're saying 13 is fine. So what can you consent to when you're 13? You have to admit 13 is not 20. That's a huge... 13-year-olds actually are, I mean, in your words, mentally retarded. They're dumb little children.
You consider someone at age 13 dumb? Really?
Yes, very. Bro, they like pick their noses and they don't even... They have like skid marks in their underwear and they're complete idiots. They collect Pokemon cards and it's like their whole life. They are children. They play with Beyblades and shit. 13-year-olds are not... That's not like wife material. You're not gonna... Oh, we talked about this. You said... Remember how I sent you like articles about how 13-year-olds would not make good mothers due to... I mean, all sorts of complications, but first and foremost, I mean, common credit is that a 13-year-old can't take care of a child because she's a child herself. They're dumb.
Yeah, and I know that Wikipedia article said that what they say age 18 is the most ideal age for a woman to become a mother.
But you're neglecting like the most important part of motherhood, which isn't just hey, her physical, whether her body is physically ready. She needs some experience in life, dude. An 18-year-old mother is also going to struggle a lot unless she gets help from her own mother or from family. That's not an easy thing to be a parent. An 18-year-old girl, 18-year-old boy, that's just way too young. You have no life experience. You probably don't even have your first job yet. You just started driving a car. You've never paid taxes, probably. It's like... Adulthood is about more than just your age and your biological, whether you grow pubes, right? Or whether you've bled as a girl or anything. Adulthood also consists of how much responsibility have you shouldered and proven that you can carry this. I mean, as a guy, you can say that 18 is an adult, but again, like, do you have a job? Can you take care of a family? What about fixing shit around the house? That sort of stuff is also completely...
A prophet of Allah in the comment section said 15 to 18 is optimal age for a girl to start having children.
Bro, you guys, I'm telling you, you guys go impregnate a fucking 15-year-old, you will rue the day. I can't see how that would possibly work out for you. You told me you're like 48, right? All you get when you impregnate a fucking 13-year-old is now you have 2 children. That's it.
He also says my sister is the smartest 12-year-old I know. So yeah, I'm inclined to agree with the 15 to 18 age range. The only problem is all we have as far as the studies that have been done on that, because none of those studies have studied women at the age of 15. They only study from 8. They only study females from age 18 on up. But
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to
but
study, man, because like nobody's out there impregnating 13-year-olds to test out this theory.
or,
It wouldn't be
or
ethical.
14
Oh, 14. I mean, again, same thing. Like,
or 14.
do you remember
or
how?
14 or 15?
Do you remember
Yeah,
what you were like when you were 13? Have you ever met a 13-year-old, like anybody, and like listened to them?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think 13 is, though that is the age of puberty. No, I think we should allow for at least a year or two past that age. So I would be comfortable. I'd be comfortable certainly with someone, certainly allowing someone who at the age of 15 to get married and start a family.
Okay, but married to who?
But
To like older men?
but yes.
Okay, how would you
Yes.
feel about like a 40-year-old woman marrying a 15-year-old boy?
I wouldn't care.
Hmm.
I wouldn't care. I'm all about logical consistency. So no, I would never say that a 15-year-old girl should be allowed to marry and have children, but not a 15-year-old male. That would be hypocritical.
No, why? I mean, you've said you have plenty of opinions where you think it should apply to men but not women. For example, you once said that burqas are good. That only applies to women. You don't want to put male children in a black trash bag, do you?
The thing is, a black trash bag. The thing is, societies that have been the most successful, that have really stood the test of time, are the societies that have rigidly controlled female sexuality.
Okay, but
So just look
how
at the
rigid we
fact, for
talking?
example.
Yeah, because
So
look, again,
just
saying that you can fuck 13-year-olds is not rigid whatsoever. I mean, that's like a free-for-all. What you're talking about, that's like the libertarian arguments where they think the age of consent shouldn't be a thing. That's the opposite of control.
I
What do you mean
would
controlling? Like, okay, let's say you wed a 13-year-old to a man. So should she be stoned if she cheats on him with her uncle?
Well, look at the fact that the West, for example, is on the verge of collapsing right now, and it's because of the fact that the West has allowed female nature to go completely unchecked. You know, we have no controls at all on female sexuality in the West. Now you look at countries like Islamic countries that rigidly control female sexuality, and look how long those countries have lasted. I don't think the West is going to last too much longer if the West continues on the current trend that it's on right now. But I can guarantee you these Islamic countries will still be around long into the future.
Way Too Spooky says, this is bonkers. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think you and Hell by the Dashboard both abdicated like men too much, in my opinion, because everything that you say, it's always, like, it's also men's responsibility. The society's collapse, you can't just pin that sort of stuff on one gender. You can't just go, oh, look at all the women, they're all whores now. Well, I mean, if they're all whores, No, if they're all whores now, it takes two to have sex, Hardin. You can't just say all the women are sluts now without also acknowledging that all the guys are assholes who chase sluts and they don't want to be real men who actually want to
Oh,
have a family with like a woman and be good, upstanding
oh,
men.
oh, I agree. It is men's fault for giving power to women. Yes, yes,
No, that's
because
not what I meant.
yes,
I don't mean it's men's fault for giving women power or rights or whatnot. I
yeah,
mean it's men's fault for
women
also
should
taking part
women
in the
should
decadence. They are just as
w- w-
culpable if there's some degradation here.
women should have absolute fucking zero rights as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, what rights would you give them?
None. If it were completely up to me, none.
Okay, but how are they gonna live?
None.
So, what do they do?
See,
What do
see,
they do?
they,
What
be-
is her role in
because
okay, hang on. Walk me through this. Okay, first of all, do you think those Islamic countries have too many rights for women, like in Afghanistan and shit? They're still allowed to go to school and
um,
whatnot. I think they currently still are. I think the Taliban is like debating whether or not they should allow them to go to school. But like, do you think that's too much?
hey man, I like those groups like the Tally Chad and Boko Tyrone. You gotta give them credit.
The Baki Chat and the Boko Tyrone. You mean Boko Haram, who kidnap hundreds of schoolgirls and execute them?
Not executing girls. They do execute men. They do execute the men. They take the women as sex slaves.
Okay, but that's not like super cool of them to do. Like, how are they Boko Tyrone if they would kidnap somebody like you and execute you and then enslave your wife?
Well, because groups like the Tally Chad and Boko Tyrone, you can, you can call them backwards and primitive all you want, but they're intelligent enough to understand evolution, to understand male nature and
Boko
female nature,
Tyrone.
and they do understand that if you let women rule, that that society is doomed to failure.
Bro, you don't have to
Because
let
in
women rule. You don't have to like give them all the power. It doesn't have to be a matriarchal dictatorship that you live in. But like, okay, so even so, you agree with their methods. Describe me this in Hardintopia. What's the average day of a woman like?
what would the average day of a woman be like?
Yeah. Let's say
Taking
you're
care.
15. I don't know. You're like, so you're a 15-year-old girl. You're not married yet. Okay. Let's say. So what do you do? Like, do you go to school? Do you get a job? What do you do with your day? Do you watch cartoons?
She would just be at home until she's able to find a husband. Mom and dad would be taking care of her, and then once she's married, then it's her time to start a family, and her duty at that point will be to contribute to the continuation of the human species.
Okay, housewifing.
Take care of
Housewifing.
children, take care of pets, maintain the home environment. Yeah, that will be her role.
Okay, so all right,
and
so she would be
and
basically a very trad housewife. A lot of guys want that sort of shit now, but look, the thing is though. Okay, you know what? Actually, never mind that. I'm gonna take it someplace else. What protections does she have? So she can't go to school, first of all, right? She can't like learn, be educated.
No, being a careerist. That damn right. No getting degrees. No being a fucking careerist. And squandering away her fertility years, and not contributing to the continuation of the human species.
How do you feel about the fact that, like, at this point, the majority of people who go to college are women? I forget the exact statistic, but fewer and fewer men are getting. Yeah, it's something along those lines.
In the West, it's 60 something percent. women that make up the student populations on university campuses.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, if I had my way, it would be 0%.
So okay, husband. She finally finds a husband, or her parents, I guess, arrange her a wedding. Can he beat her?
I'm not sure how to respond to that question.
Well, she's 15. She's a child. Maybe she gets bratty. She gets annoying. She gets uppity or something. She doesn't want to do her chores. Does the husband get to beat her? Like, can she? Does she have any rights to, I don't know, call 911 and be like, "Ma, help, help! My husband is beating me. He's gonna kill me." Or would they hang up on her?
I don't know the answer to that question.
What if you beat the
because,
dog?
Oh, fuck yes. Fuck
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Shit.
So, okay,
That shit at a beatdown himself. Fuck yeah.
so beating your 15-year-old wife is okay, but not the dog, or the cat, or your pet turtle. But what if she? I mean, don't you want? Shouldn't a man protect his wife? Because, like, I mean, keep in mind that those girls, they're gonna be somebody's daughter, right? Always have to keep that in mind. So, what if you have a daughter? You wouldn't want some random guy just beating her, would you?
Well, the thing is, if we're going to have a social contract like that in place, which by evolutionary standards is perfectly logical, it makes sense. I think the Slavic countries have the right idea as far as that goes, and in the Slavic countries, places like Ukraine and Romania and those places, I doubt it's the case in the major cities like Kiev and whatnot, but I know in the rural areas, for sure in the rural areas, the role of protecting women is basically the burden of husbands. And
well, yeah, but sometimes husbands turn out to be
whatnot.
shithead bags, right? I mean, you're not denying that guys can be assholes. What if a guy is literally just a bad person? He could be beating his wife for no fault of hers. Maybe he's just literally a violent drunk. Comes home from the bar, he's angry at his boss or something, and he takes it out on her.
Well, there needs to be definitely some kind of community standards in place for that. But I have no problem with a man disciplining his wife when she gets out of line.
But why can't you discipline? Why can't you discipline a human, like a female, but not a dog?
It doesn't have to go to the level of violence, but yes, a man should absolutely be allowed to discipline his wife. See, because the thing is, if we're going to have a social contract in place that obligates men to protect women, and there needs to be something in exchange for that social contract. You know, what are these bitches giving of value to make themselves worth that? Are they?
Bro, they literally create life. Like, that's pretty valuable.
But in modern time, they're not, though. In modern time, they're not. We have an unsustainably low birth rate.
I mean, what do you care about? Like, I mean, as long as if you want a family, you can have a family. If you want a kid, you can have a kid. What do you give a shit about if other people don't? Okay, real quick. Wait, I had a comment here. Oh, somebody was asking about female dogs. What if somebody beat, like, is it worse to beat a female dog than a male dog?
Same standard applies.
So yes? Or wait. Sorry, I got that
No.
Sorry, I got that wrong. Is it like, would it be okay if a guy beats a female dog, a literal bitch?
I am opposed to any violence against any non-human creatures because see, I look at them the same as I look at a 6-year-old child. They are innocent by default. By default. So there's no excuse for any kind of violence against non-human creatures at all.
All right, I would like to now get the viewpoint of a femoid whammon. Hannah.
A foid, yeah. That's the term they use in the Blackville community. Foids.
Hannah, how do you feel about Boko Tyrone and Telechad? Are you there? If not, I can give you more time to collect your thoughts and maybe fix your mic. Oh, she left. I see Nurse Mariah's here. I'm trying to prioritize the ladies, so if there's anybody who would like to talk right now, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hannah just bailed.
Prioritize people who disagree.
Could you bring back bee politics or bee culture somehow? That's a comment from Moost. People liked it when he talked about bees. Deets Nut says this guy is the reason that chainsaw have warning labels. The internet was a mistake. Yeah, getting some strong opinions here.
The internet was a mistake? What?
Yeah, I don't think they're happy with your opinions about beating women but not animals. Deets Nuts also says this guy sounds like a 50-year-old in his basement. They're off by 2 years. Not much.
I'm not in a basement.
Guerra is asking if I ask you about your job. We did that was yesterday. You can check out the stream. It's saved on the channel. Are there no ladies here? Did they all flee? Nobody I don't think Nurse Bachflop would like to talk. It doesn't seem like. Okay, I get. Oh.
Mariah.
Hello.
Mariah.
Hey.
No strong opinions?
The question was. Well, repeat it one more time.
I have no question. I was asking you if you have any questions about Boko Tyrone and...
Yeah, I don't know. I just think whatever you were saying with the 13-year-olds, I don't know if that's the same thing. Wrong. I think you're wrong. Ridiculous.
Do you think you would have been able to consent to a marriage at 13 or 15?
No. I was actually retarded. Like,
you were retarded?
No.
You were retarded? Yeah,
yeah,
right.
I was. Yeah, I was. Yeah, and as the point we brought up, before, but I just want to state it again. Women can have periods as early as 10 years old. So, I mean, that's pretty early. That's pretty young. They're still in elementary school.
That's a good point.
That's definitely too young. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but why though? I mean, you said
once they're able to reproduce, then
you set laws of evolution.
That's when they're able to.
I mean, if evolution says she's ready to go at 10, what is your problem then? Why not then?
And with all the growth hormones in the milk these days, they're probably even gonna start getting their periods at earlier ages. Honestly.
Oh, that is frightening. That is frightening. Yeah. No, 10.
No, yeah.
Yeah, 10, age 10. Gosh, no, that's way too young. Yeah, that's.
But 13. 13 isn't.
Well, I'm not really comfortable with that age either because 13 is the average age of period. That's the average age of puberty. That's the average age of the onset of puberty, and then puberty lasts. What is it? A year and a half, 2 years, however.
Yeah, Hardin. It's also the average age of being really fucking annoying. Like, do you really want a 13-year-old wife running around showing you
Also-
TikToks all day when the baby has to
Even
be
at-
fed?
Even at age 18, girls don't fucking know what they want. Even at age 21, it's, you know, a lot of younger women who get pregnant at younger ages, at least the ones I've known, they're like, you know, I love my child, but I wish, you know,
That's a good
it would be
point.
easier
You
to do
know,
this, that.
because like the black pill community and all these people, you guys always say that women are basically all a bunch of ditzy bitches. They don't know what they want. They don't, you know, they need men to do the thinking for them. But at the same time, you're arguing that like a 13-year-old is mature enough, or a 15-year-old is mature enough to consent to a lifelong marriage and children.
Yeah, but I guess at this point, you know, he's also saying that they shouldn't need to go to school or anything after, I guess, public school, or I guess after like 9th grade. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just a whole rabbit hole. You
Yeah,
sending me messages on Skype, Hardin?
yeah. Photos that I think would be better suited to your photo chart, because the
Yeah.
problem with Jeremy Meeks is
Oh.
I'm not denying that Jeremy Meeks is a very handsome guy, but the problem with him is he doesn't fit the Tyrone category, because see, Jeremy Meeks is ambiguous. You know, Jeremy Meeks, you could easily mistake him for being Latino or maybe Indian or maybe Arabic or
No.
something.
So he's a Chad. Who cares? Wait, what's the Chad or Tyrone term for a Hispanic guy?
Rico Suave, maybe. That's my guess. Rico Suave.
Rico.
Yeah, but a better Tyrone picture. You know, something that would be more accurate would be like those photos I sent you. Tyson Beckford. Tyson Beckford is Tyrone all the way. I mean, he is a super handsome guy. Michael B. Jordan. You know, that's
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan. He does look pretty nice right there. I mean, I guess
Mike-
you're
Mi-
right.
Michael B. Jordan, he's again a handsome, very handsome guy. What the? Why is this damn photo of what's with the photo of LeBron James?
Do you spend a
Who the
lot of
hell's
time
that one?
online looking at men, handsome men?
Some, I wouldn't say tremendous amount of time, but yeah, some.
But what's like the purpose of that? Because I mean, look, I'm no supermodel myself. I feel like it would depress me if I focused this much on how much better rich and famous people are, how much better looking they are than I am. Don't you think that's bad for you?
Hey, I'm an information junkie. Yeah, for me. Yeah, for
It's not
me,
really
this
information,
is-
though. I mean, you're just looking at guys who basically won the genetic lottery, and you're thinking, well, yeah, that guy's handsome, but that's not really information.
Wait, why don't you just go like, sir? I mean, I guess you were saying yesterday your height was the big factor. Why don't you just like have some height surgery or something, right? Make you above that line.
Oh,
Maybe not
there was a
6
new-
feet tall.
There is a new form
Height
of surgery.
You kidding?
Yeah. Why?
You know how risky that is? The only thing they can do for height is, I know there's ways that they can expand your legs to
yeah.
make your...
What was it called? It was called like the Spiron
yeah.
spike or something.
Yeah, but that's dangerous.
Ooh,
That's
that
dangerous.
sounds scary. Spiron spike. That sounds like.
Yeah.
a
I forget what it's called. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh no. God, I'm getting furry porn.
Well, first of all, I'm not rich, and those are considered cosmetic surgeries, and that's not covered by any kind of medical insurance. But even if it was, I don't see. No, I wouldn't get those kind of surgeries. I don't see the value in that.
What do you mean? I thought the whole point is that you don't fit the expectations, and with the little plastic surgery, you can go ahead and fit the expectations of the women.
Okay, the guy in the gray jacket that I sent you the photo of in Skype. The guy in the gray jacket. Oh,
I'm afraid to click on your links that I don't see an image to. I don't want you to be sending me any viruses or anything.
Yeah, forget those. No, no. The ones that are visible. I don't know why those aren't visible. Forget the ones that are not visible. Forget them. No.
This guy with the lighter gray shirt and the gray jacket, correct? I'm gonna put in.
I also want to correct the audience. I was not looking up spiral porn. I was trying to look up the surgery, and it showed two My Little Ponies kissing. So.
That's Tyson Beckford. He's a world famous supermodel. He's done thousands of runway fashion shows in Paris and Milan and New York.
Okay, but don't you think it's weird that if you ask the average guy, name a male model, they couldn't. Like, I have no idea. Maybe the guy who plays Thor, I'm sure he's a model or something.
I know James Charles maybe, but I don't even think that's a male model.
Yeah, but that would be a good photo to use in your photo chart, Mariah, because that's a guy with apex and apex facial attributes.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
I mean, look at that face. Gosh.
Yeah, it sounds like you're kind of getting a bit aroused by that. I don't know why, but you kind of sound like that right now.
See. When I look at photos of these guys with those kinds of facial attributes, I just can never help but to wonder. Damn, what would my life have been like if I was born with those kinds of facial attributes?
Are you like?
Yeah, but that's depressing.
You are. Yeah.
And their height too, and born taller, I think my height might be what has been going against me more than anything else.
How tall are you again? 5'6", 5'7"?
5'7". 5'7".
I know a guy who is 1 inch shorter than you, and he is quite successful. Wait, how tall is Charlie again? Yeah, he's a very he also used to have very low confidence. Like he really got a, I think they call it a glow up. But you know, he's like he always rolled with the punches. He had a sense of humor about it, and now he's like very beloved. Oh, that's him right there in the chat. I don't know if you're looking at the chat on Discord.
I don't
him in the car. That's a very old photo. I don't know if you're
see.
You can't tell how short he is there. Oh, I have a picture standing next to him.
Oh, Mariah, I see you updated your chart.
Yes.
I like
but I will send you who Kaya's speaking about right now.
Yeah. Show him Charlie, and let's get an opinion.
I could find a photo of me and him for reference.
Because this guy, Hardin, he did pretty much get rich and famous because he has a good sense of humor and he made people laugh.
Let's see.
Are you sending him the photo, Mariah?
Yeah. So in reference.
Hey, and Mariah, instead of the cartoon characters instead of those cartoon characters for Chad and Melvin, you should use like Brad Pitt. That'd be an excellent photo to use for Chad. For Melvin, Freddie Highmore, I think would be a good photo to use. Freddie Highmore.
What do you think about
Michael?
Yeah. What do you think about the photos?
Look at these photos. Yeah, scroll down a bit. I sent you them in the Skype because I don't know if you've caught up on Discord. So you can see his friend right there is pretty short. You can see me and Kaya for reference on that last photo, and I'm about 5'7" or 5'8". I don't know how tall.
This is you? 5'8". Oh, this is you in these photos?
Yes, the woman in the photo is me. Yes.
Oh.
So, but we're not talking about me.
Oh, and
are you
Kaya.
Gonna look at the men?
Kaya, this is you. This is you with Mariah.
I'm not the short one. I'm the one who's taller than her.
Oh, okay, okay.
Do you understand what we're trying to say, though?
Let's see. Is it the guy with the tattoos on his arms?
Yes.
Oh, is this a gaming convention or something?
Yeah, you could call it that.
Okay.
It was like a little comic convention thing that we were invited
It's
to.
not. Yeah, it's not Veg Fest or anything.
Okay.
So what do you think about that? He's short but he's successful. So
Very
Wow,
beloved.
Kaya, you look quite tall. You look like you're 6'3" or 6'4" maybe or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I've grown. Like I might be 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot, probably.
damn, I'm fucking tall.
Yeah, this guy looks to be shorter than you, Mariah. He looks shorter than you. Wow,
Yeah.
are these photos recent?
Well, he hasn't grown
Uh,
since then.
These photos recent?
They are from 3 years ago. His hair is long now.
3 years ago.
Yeah. So what? So do you think he had a facial advantage, or?
Yeah, Mariah, you were nice looking at the time of this photo.
Oh, thanks. Am I fat now?
I don't know. I haven't seen any current photos of you.
Mariah's still hot as ever.
Mariah is
Shit.
she's a very lovely
Oh,
lady.
now- oh,
I see
now
Hannah is-
Hannah's talking.
Yeah.
she's talking.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello.
Hannah. Boko Tyrone.
You know, I heard you lying about being 7 foot. I had to come knock you down a peg.
Well, I may have rounded up slightly.
Slightly.
What's your opinion on Hannah?
There is a lot that's been said.
You're
Feel
asking
free.
her opinion of. You're asking her opinion of the Tally Chad and Boca Tyrone.
Fuck yeah, I am. Feel free, I'm not gonna cut you off, Hannah. You have
Very
something to say.
interesting topics. I agree with you on, I think, zoos. I don't like zoos either.
Oh.
But I think that's about where the agreement stops.
So you, alright. Drowning dog, drowning child. Who do you save, Hannah?
Well, I try to save both, of course, but I'm gonna save the child first.
Okay, no coin flip.
No, I think I'm gonna pass on the coin flip.
Okay, Hardin, I would like you to rate one more photo. Can you check your Skype real quick for me?
Alright.
Wait, how do I... whatever. It's a... hang on. I put the wrong thing there.
Yeah. Now
Hardin, do you think
see,
if-
Mariah. If you still look now like you do in this photo, I can definitely see why Brady doesn't want to let you go.
Yeah.
He's been knocking on her door every day, begging to have her back.
Okay, real quick,
I'm
Hardin, I
glad I
sent you a
first
photo.
said that.
Could you, out of this lineup, could you pick the most handsome guy for me? Or like, just give us a rating, because I'm curious to get your take.
The most handsome guy?
Well, just
Well,
You don't have to,
It
just-
depends on.
tell us. Okay,
It depends on what criteria.
You
If
see
we're
the one
going.
balding right
Okay.
there?
If we're going by facial attributes, I would have to say you. But if we're going by height, then it'd be the guy in the gray shirt and the jeans.
okay, yeah, but well, by height, we are also neatly, for your convenience, ordered in height. So do you think any of these guys are
Yeah.
like... So you
yeah, I
see
would
how
say-
short our
I-
short
I-
friend is. Do you think like his face is anything against him?
I would say it's a toss up between you and the guy in the gray shirt because he's got it in height. you've got the best facial attributes of the four in this photo. The other two guys are in the Melvin category.
Oh. Oh crap! Sorry, I
Mariah,
wasn't
did you send him
muted.
a photo of Charlie with like longer hair? Has he seen that?
I have not.
You could try that, I guess.
I have
Hardin,
one.
do
I'm
you like
just going by what's in the chat.
Longer hair
But
on men?
I'm just curious, Hardin, as for like hair on the body, do you think men with more hair on the body are, you know, more masculine? I guess that would be a yes. That's probably obvious, but
Well, yeah, because that's a sign of very high testosterone.
That's
Fertility.
right.
oh,
Oh my goodness.
I like where this is going.
I shouldn't have asked. Here, let me get a photograph of this guy with long hair. I'll send it to him right.
You should have your own practice, Hardin. I don't know why the fuck you're like thinking about paying some guy on Fiverr to rate your face. You should be the one doing the rating. Fuck that shit. Yeah, you earned the money. I asked you yesterday. I asked if that guy even has
Yeah.
any credentials. It's not like he's Karl Lagerfeld. He's not like some, Victoria's Secret casting agent or something. He doesn't have experience with anything. He's just another dude in his own home, just like you. Oh, are you sending him the photo, Mariah? Can you also show us?
Yeah.
Put it in the... Because I have the
Oh,
chat on
yeah.
screen.
Yeah, and I sent it along with the message midget with long hair, so he'll
Midget
know
with
who
long
I'm
hair?
talking about. Yeah, you can't really tell his height when he's sitting down, so he's pretty short.
Kaya, man, you really love
Sick.
Karl Lagerfeld. Dude, he's like my only reference into the fashion industry. I know no one else in it. I guess I know Giselle Bündchen? Bündchen? Is that how you say it? I know like 2 people from that realm of existence.
Okay, so Mariah, I'm about to send you a couple photos here.
Oh,
Well,
whoa.
one-
What do you
one-
think
one-
about that?
one-
Well, about,
Yes,
yeah,
one
let's
is-
get some
long hair.
commentary here, because, we're still doing a show, Hardin, and the photos he sent, we can't show them. They're not on screen. Oh, you know what we should do? Is I have Hardin rates Brady. I'm curious to see Brady.
He's in the Melvin category.
What about in this photo that was taken like a couple
Hold up.
days ago?
Who's in the Melvin category? Is it Brady? Because
No,
Brady.
No, the guy Mariah's referring to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the long-haired short guy. Just because of he's short, or because of his facial features, he doesn't have an apex face.
His facial aesthetics. I can't tell his height from the photo. I'm just going by his facial aesthetics.
Yeah, but I was like saying earlier, it's just because you can't tell his height, that he is very short. But a lot of people, I don't know, maybe it's you.
Oh, I think.
Some people
I
do
think-
find him, attractive.
Oh, I see Brady. Brady
But yeah.
is he the one with the Nike shirt and the gray
Yeah,
shorts?
with the peanut head right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's he used to weigh a lot more. He used to weigh like 300 pounds or actually more, I think. I'm not sure. I bullied him into losing weight. You're welcome, Brady. I think he's way better looking now that I helped him lose those pounds. But how do you feel about him there in that photo, where he's all sweaty? He also has a condition where he
this
sweats
photo-
a lot.
So
Not sweaty.
this is also from 3 years ago.
Yes.
See, I can't really knock Brady though in this photo here because you can tell he still has the facial template. His only issue at the time of this photo is all that blubber around his face that's covering that's covering the natural it's concealing the natural shape of his face. But yeah,
I agree.
You remove all
I agree.
But you remove all that blubber around his face, yeah, he's close to he's either Chad or real close to Chad level.
Thank you, Polaritude, for subbing, by the way.
Thank you.
And see that can be an advantage. Like the guy in Britain, for example, who went on the homicide rampage last month.
Wait, hold up. Who? Was there a shooting I don't know about? Another incel?
I can't recall his name. It was a guy in Britain who went on a homicide rampage last month, and I know one of his
Homicide?
victims
Like-
was.
Like he killed gays, or do you mean homeless? Okay.
He was part of the Black Pill community. He was known on YouTube as Professor Waffle. Why Professor Waffle? I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to copy after wheat waffles or what, but
Hang on.
but that guy did show himself on video, and his facial template actually was pretty good. He was overweight though. He was over. He had excessive body fat on him. And when you have too much body fat, that also affects your face. That affects your facial aesthetics.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's people who are so fucking fat they get like a big lump on their forehead.
Yes,
I know people like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Hardin, I sent you a photo of
yeah,
Brady
and-
now. Can you give me an opinion on him? He's not entirely in the frame because he's a shy boy. Because this is important. We're gonna talk about Brady now for a little bit. I'm gonna tell you something about him. But first I want to get your take on. Do you think he looks
Brady
better
good.
now? Yeah,
Brady
so...
looks good in this photo. In the current, yeah, he looks good. He looks very
I
good
agree.
in this photo
Alright.
here.
So here's Brady's problem. He can't find a woman to save his life. Why do you think that is?
Not even Mariah? I don't believe that.
Well, they're having some problems. The problem is, like, all of us keep telling Brady, look, your face isn't the problem. Right? There's nothing wrong with you physically. It's your personality. You're a dick. And he won't believe us.
He's a massive dick. That is true.
I have a massive dick.
See?
Like that.
Dick.
No, you don't.
Oh!
Hey, 6
Mariah
inches
would
is
know.
Funny.
Okay,
much do-
Mariah. Here's the here's a photo of Brad Pitt and Freddie Highmore.
Oh my god, enough with your crushes on these guys. How much do you think a guy's personality really comes into account? Because Brady's fate makes me think it's like the entirety of attraction. Because again, there's nothing wrong with his face, right? If I was a woman, I wouldn't, kick him out of bed. There's nothing wrong with that guy. You're a good-looking good dude, Brady, but you're a dickhead.
Dickhead.
Is this an excuse to be mean to me?
No, I wouldn't do that, you know me. So do you think that's like a factor, Hardin? Or like, how much do you think women actually give a shit about guys being jerks?
I mean, yeah, personality can be an issue after a certain amount of time in the relationship, but not during the courtship phase. No.
Yeah.
No, see, because okay, Mariah, see these two photos I sent you. What
yeah,
the hell?
Norman Bates and
Oh my
and
god, this fuckface.
that
But
Brad Pitt.
Well, the actor's name is Freddie Highmore.
Oh yeah, the
that-
ugly guy. Yeah. So you want me to replace these on the chart, is what you're saying, and
That's what I'm suggesting. Yeah.
he's pretty ugly. That Norman Bates right there, that last photo I just posted.
He fits the Melvin category. He's a
Yeah.
Melvin.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt is Chad all the way.
I think there could be some other ads.
Who do you think is
Brad
the
Pitt's kind of an
most...
old-
Okay, who do you think is the most handsome, like, Cutest guy.
You talking to me or Hardin?
Hardin.
As far as current celebrities go, I don't know.
The cutest, most
far as current
handsomest,
ones?
you know, oh, I want to swoon over him ever. He doesn't have to be alive or anything. It doesn't matter. Like, in history, that our species has ever produced.
Wow, that's that's a tough call there because shoot, there's from the past you got lots of them. You've got Humphrey Bogart who was a very popular movie actor in the 1940s. You've got Sidney Poitier. He was Sidney Poitier. He was a famous black actor in the 60s.
These guys look like average to me, bro. They don't look
Is
like
this your
supermodels.
personal preference, or are you just choosing?
This guy doesn't even look good. He looks
favorites
scary.
of their time.
Bro, Sidney Poitier looks scary in his old age, at least.
Yeah, the other guy's not that cute either.
No. If you look at Sidney Poitier in his young years, okay, I mean, it's fine.
I feel like there may be
Let's see.
a disconnect
Whoops.
between what you and women think are hot or different, because I feel like a lot of women like, you know, young Johnny Depp, a young Leonardo DiCaprio, even though young Leonardo DiCaprio kind of has some feminine features, they still like that.
Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio is in the Chad category. Yeah, he's Chad.
But okay, was he?
He's got apex facial aesthetics.
Was he?
And see Leonardo DiCaprio is an example that black pillars will point to when they argue that gym maxing is utterly pointless, because if you look at topless photos, and they're out there, you can find topless photos of Leonardo DiCaprio topless at whatever the fuck beach he hangs out at. I think it's a beach in Malibu, California, that he regularly hangs out at. There, photos taken by tabloid photographers of him topless. Leonardo DiCaprio he's got kind of a dad bod shape. He's not.
Yeah, but bro, no. You can't mention this because Leonardo DiCaprio, in his youth, he was in Twink. He was the teenage heartthrob. That's how he got rich and famous.
Yes.
Then he got rich and famous enough to the point where he can now get away with having a dad bod. It's not like women swarmed. It's not as if women swarmed around him because of his dad bod, or like it just at this point he's too big to fail. He could be obese and still.
I know that you're missing my point. What Leonardo DiCaprio has going for him is his facial attributes and his height and he is an example of why black pillars argue that if you have neither of those two things going for you, don't go as a man. Don't go gym maxing in order to acquire a woman, because it's not going to make any difference. Black pillars will tell you that if you're going to do gym maxing, just do it for the health benefits, but don't do it for the sake of acquiring a woman, because it's not going to make any difference if you're short and if you don't have high tier facial attributes.
I disagree.
And there is a case that can be made for that, because again, Leonardo DiCaprio, if you look at him in modern time, he has a dad bod, but he still has that nice facial shape. He's still got that well-shaped occipital bone and cheekbones. And
dude, you brought this up yesterday too. Hang on. So you mentioned the occipital bone, which is a bone in the back of your head. Like, that's not something you pay attention to. That's not something women pay attention to. I guarantee you that most women, not most, like, I don't think that you could find any woman who's ever had the thought, I like his occipital bone. Look at him, he's so cute with his occipital bone.
The
That's-
occipital bone affects the shape of your head. It affects the overall shape of your head.
I think this is one of those things that guys just tell each other women care about, but they don't actually. Ladies like Hannah, Mariah, do you give a fuck?
Yeah, no, I've never looked at that. I mean, it would be
I
obvious if
love
like it wasn't
Looking
there.
at occipital bones. That's my favorite bone at the base of the skull.
Does
My
it turn
next
you on?
favorite bone is the parietal bone, and then next after that, the temporal bone. Especially though, I love the frontal bone.
Har.
Big and wide. Anyway, I digress.
Well,
Alright,
your occipital bone, Hardin. What does yours look like? Do you think it's perfect? Your occipital
I-
bone.
Hell if I know.
Wait, so you don't
this
know?
This is a photo of Sidney Poitier in his young years. You can't tell me this is not a handsome guy. This is
Okay,
him.
why are you sending this?
See, you were looking at photos of him now, because he's an old geezer now. But you look at him in his young days, and actually even now, Sidney Poitier is not bad looking for his age. He's actually really not bad looking for his age.
I don't know, man. He looks scary. Like I don't want to talk to this dude. He looks creepy. He looks evil.
Why you said
Bro,
that?
he looks evil. Okay, I'm gonna send you a photo. This guy looks straight up like he's just a psycho who just kidnapped me or something. Look at that. I sent it to you on Skype.
Okay. The one Hardin just sent me is like him in his prime. He looks cute. I mean, but outstanding. I just put it in Discord as well. I personally think he's just, I don't know, an average
Monster
looking
Tank says he
guy.
looks like the Joker. Yeah, he looks like he's trying to do like the "we live in a
Like
society"
the
speech
Joker.
or something.
Like the Joker, damn.
Oh, thank you, Beans. Beans donated $10. He says, "There's no way this dude doesn't have a poster room dedicated to male actors." So throughout the chat, I believe people are getting the impression that you look at men a lot, Hardin.
Actually, I don't have any photos on my walls.
Not even of women?
Hey, I wouldn't mind having a photo of you on my wall.
Oh,
Oh my god.
well.
But
I'm
okay,
sure Hannah is a very beautiful looking girl.
are you gonna do
Really?
it,
Are
Hannah?
you sure about that?
Damn
Well,
straight.
Oh, you've seen? Oh, yeah, I forget you even saw her feet. So do you think...
Yeah.
We don't have to
hmm.
go over that.
Hidden underneath white stockings.
So do you think... So you believe that women... I disagree with you, in all honesty. I don't think women give a shit about the occipital bone. What do you think it is in women that, like, guys really care about? Because you seem to like feet.
Your body shape.
Well, okay, that's very vague. Yes, we care about their body shape, but what
Their
specifically? Like,
body
is there...
Body shape, yeah. Yeah, that's why.
What specifically,
that's
though?
why-
Like, which body part? Because is there
That's
something
why
about the feet?
that-
Is there, like, an occipital heel bone or something in the foot that's attractive to you? What is it about the shape of it?
I don't know if I can explain it. It's just it's just something about nice, soft, feminine. You know, nice, soft, feminine looking feet.
Is it like... Ah, damn it. Who was the
Small.
guy? If anybody has seen Mindhunter, what was the guy's name who's really into shoes? The serial killer. I'm blanking on his name. It's like Grupo or Grudos or some shit. Because in that show, I don't know if you know that show, Hardin. It's like a show about the serial killers in the 70s and shit. One of the it was not Kemper. Edward Kemper was not in... Well, maybe he was, but I'm thinking about somebody else. The point is, this guy was really, really into feet and shoes. And according to the show, which I'm sure they took some creative freedom, it was not Quentin Tarantino. They think basically, He came home with a pair of shoes one day that he had found from some woman when he was a little child, and his mom was very angry at him for wearing the shoes. She was like, "Oh, you're a boy, you don't get to do that," and she burnt the shoes, which in his brain created the connection between, you know, shoes are naughty, feet are naughty, therefore kind of a turn on, right? The forbidden
That
fruit.
was Edward Kemper.
It was not Edward Kemper. It may be Kemper at the same thing, but I'm
I've
gonna look
watched
it
the
up.
show 100 times. It was Edward Kemper.
It was not Edward Kemper, you fucking idiot.
I'm telling you right now, it is.
It was not. I'm going to debunk you right now. Fucking moron.
It was Edward Kemper. He was the shoe
No.
fetish guy.
No,
really
you're
know
confusing
why.
him with somebody. My God, what? It was
No,
Jerry
he
Brudo. See how you're wrong about everything, Brady. Shut the fuck up.
You
His name was Jerry Brudos. Anyway, he was really, really into feet and shoes. Point is, Hardin, was there like an event in your life where your mom caught you wearing women's shoes and she burnt them?
No.
I'm sorry, Brady fucking interjected with
That's
his
fast.
wrong facts. No? So, what is it then?
Hey, it's evolution. It's
No, it
evolution,
is
that's all I can
not.
say.
No.
What-
There is nothing in evolution that says I really like her heels.
Do you like it when like people step on you?
Wait,
Is
wouldn't
that-
evolution be, you know, women having like tough feet so they can survive it if anything happens? They don't need shoes because have you seen those episodes of like those shows where it's like you can only take one
But-
item and the first thing they make is shoes so they don't have to walk on their bare ass feet?
No, but
You
he said
know,
he
so
likes
if they
soft
already
feet,
have-
not hard ones.
Yeah, so you're saying, you know, what's the evolutionary benefit of that? And I'm saying, yeah, wouldn't the evolutionary benefit be if they had very calloused feet where they could, I guess, walk on anything and survive if anything happened?
No, that's not a turn on for a man. What's a turn on for a man is femininity.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But why feet specifically? I mean, everything can be feminine on a woman. She's literally
just
a
look at the
female,
feet?
right?
Like, what do you do with them? What do you do with the foot?
Right.
Just look at it, and
Right.
it turns you on.
No, I like to bite them.
But bite them?
Does it bleed?
No.
This is
Oh.
so creepy.
So you eat the feet. All right.
What if someone
Have you?
serves
How many?
a
Hang on.
woman's
How many
foot?
feet have you bitten? Is this guy a serial killer? Oh my god. How many like feet have you had in your mouth? If you say you like to bite,
well-
are you? Is it more of a fantasy or is it something you've gotten to?
Yeah,
Had the chance to.
ones of every girlfriend I've had.
Well, how many is
How
that?
many?
Let's see here.
You have
It's
a
so many you lost count.
You gotta get out your
Yeah,
Chinese
I
calculator.
wish.
Abacus.
Shit, I wish.
Slide some dudes.
My mom's ex-husband actually had a diary of all the women he dated. It was kind of pathetic when she found it and they were getting a divorce.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend count is small, and that's because I have self-respect. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, you don't. That's okay, bro. That's not something you have to be ashamed
I
of.
will-
That's fine. If it's like a low number,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay. There's plenty of. First of
I
all,
will
I have very many young listeners. I'm sure there's a lot of people here listening to this who've never even had a single boyfriend or girlfriend. Many people who have had
Yeah,
only one.
well-
That's okay. So you don't have to, feel bad about it.
Hardin, I've had one boyfriend.
And all my boyfriends have sucked.
Oh, so Brady's your first.
Yes!
Happy
I
damn.
dated a guy in high school for like a couple months, but that didn't really count. So besides that, I've just had one boyfriend. So you have an upper hand on me if you're more than that. I'm
Hardin, once they
saying.
got a taste for it, they just can't fucking get away.
Okay, so I wanted to get back to the question though, Harn. Like you said, it's men like anything that's feminine, which is true. But you know, everything on a woman is feminine because it literally is a female body. Her hands are just as feminine or effeminate as her feet. So why feet instead of hands, for example, or elbows? I don't know, or ears.
I like her hands too.
Well, presumably not as much. It doesn't sound like you have an ear fetish. Just something for feet specifically. Like, do you want to bite on her ears?
Not particularly, no.
Okay, so why
No,
not
her
particular her
occipital
ears,
bone.
but you want to suck her toes?
And her occipital bone?
He didn't say suck. He said bite.
Okay, yeah, my bad. Bite her toes, I guess. Nibble
Yeah,
on them? You
get
can't
it
really
right.
bite down unless you're a cannibal. That's not gonna be fun for her.
Damn.
You're really
I'm-
making it seem like
Look, I'm looking at these photos of Rumor Willis, and she's got nice looking feet.
I thought
Surprisingly,
someone said she was manly.
What was her name?
surprisingly.
Bruce
well,
Willis's
well,
daughter.
R-U-M,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well.
Wait,
her
you said that
face,
she's ugly. You said she's hideous. You said she
didn't-
looks like a beaten
didn't-
horse or something.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No.
You said she
She
has like
has a man-
Popeye's jaw.
Or was that Held that said that?
No, she
Oh,
has,
yeah, maybe it was Sim, actually. Sorry.
She
My bad, you
has
might be right.
a masculine face. Her face is not very feminine, but her body is.
Is she American?
Yeah, she's
She looks
yeah,
British.
she's
Ew.
the daughter of she's the daughter of A-list actor Bruce Willis.
Bro, you don't want to
Why
date a
would you
British
carry
person.
a baby for 9 months and name it Rumor?
Yeah, it's a dumb name. Have you ever seen her hands though? So is there a reason you don't like her hands and favor of her feet only?
I've been wondering that myself. Yeah, why they named her Rumor? that is an odd name.
So
Because
what if
feet.
like
Sorry, go ahead, Mariah.
I was just gonna say, what if someone like had 6 toes, like was born with 6 toes on one feet? I had a cousin who was born with like an extra finger.
My actually feet were webbed.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He had
like,
a
if
web
they're
toe,
still
it's like a
soft,
fish.
they're still soft and girly. Is it
It's
okay?
a genetic defect.
Wait, if you have web toes, isn't that a genetic advantage because you can swim faster?
I guess. But they were only webbed on one side. It was really weird.
That's goofy.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you have like a preference in foot shape, as in, I don't know, like nubby toes, or if the middle toe is bigger than the small ring finger toe? I don't know what the toe names are.
No. I like proportionate. Yeah, I definitely like the middle toe to be smaller than the first one.
And the big toe, like so you don't like
Yeah.
when that one right next to it's like way longer. I
don't
hate
like
people with those
Egyptian
feet.
toe?
Honestly, I
Or
I
Irish
agree
toe?
with you on that.
Yeah, that can be a little annoying
It's-
to look at.
Celtic toe.
Yeah, it doesn't
Where's
really
my
fit in
phone?
your mouth as well either.
Celtic toe.
Yeah,
grab my phone.
the Roman foot is supposed to be like level, like all of them go down at the same level or something.
Yeah, that's. I kind of think that's the prime foot.
Someone said those are hands, but no.
Those are very very long toes. I'm very confused. Yeah.
Okay,
What if
so
they had
this
no
is
toenails?
I'm gonna put it in the Discord chat box. This is a photo here of Rumor Willis.
Okay, Hard, can I send you like a photo of a girl? So I've been talking to a girl. I saw her feet. I'm gonna crop the photo, but can I like send you a photo of her feet
What?
for rating?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hold up.
Yeah, let's see here. Upload.
Wait a minute, which girl? Oh.
It's none
Forgot
of your
to
business.
type in her name. Damn, I forgot to
Rumor
type in her
Willis
name.
has long ass feet. You like those?
Yes. Yeah,
Ew.
Wait,
yeah,
It's like
but
sticking a
see.
fucking Barbie doll foot up your mouth. That's gross.
But okay, but look at
jeez,
the shape.
those are huge
Look at the
flippers.
But look at the shape of her face. Notice how her face is masculine looking. She does not have a feminine face at all.
I think she looks a lot better when people aren't all like.
Yeah, but
face
okay.
taking professional photos.
But wait, what's your argument? Though, like
But-
she's ugly, therefore her big, weird,
No.
goofy feet are okay.
No, it's the difference between how men judge women and women judge men. Because Rumor Willis, despite the fact that she has a masculine looking face, I mean, her face is really not feminine at all. Her face would really be better suited to a man's body. But because she has a feminine body, she's got a nicely shaped body. I can assure you, no man would turn her away. No man would turn her away.
I don't know, homie. Can you judge the foot pic I just sent you?
But now,
On Skype, not Discord.
but now, with women, it's entirely different because a woman will go dry for a guy if he has a face like Freddie Highmore. or if he's super short like Danny DeVito.
Did you see that foot picture though? I'm just curious. The one from Kaya.
Danny DeVito is a king.
He's a what?
He's a king. Short king.
This doesn't look. Because I'm seeing hair. I'm seeing hair and stuff around the ankle area. This.
What, you think so? I kind of told her she needs a shave, but like, I don't know if it was that bad.
She doesn't look very feminine. No.
That sounds fucking gross. Actually, yeah, I couldn't agree.
You don't think that's a hot foot?
Yeah, that's gross.
That's not feminine looking.
Wait, where's the hair?
She's got all that hair. She got all that hair and stuff around her ankle.
Yeah, I see it everywhere.
That's like the compression on the photo.
No, Kaya, you're blind.
No.
It's right there.
Your Halloween costume? Damn.
Yeah, you like that? You like that Halloween?
Yeah.
What pictures are you sending me?
You like that picture?
So Hannah, what do you disagree with me on?
Oh, I have a pillow in my living room with Danny DeVito's face on it.
You do?
Yep.
Am I gonna tell the podcast boys about how Hardin rated them? Sure, I can do that. Go ahead.
So what do you disagree? What do you disagree with me on, Hannah?
Essentially everything.
Everything.
You know,
well,
not for nothing.
I think that women have a lot to give in society, and if the cure to cancer was in a woman, you'd be taking that away from the human race. So, depriving her of education.
Yeah, there's Hardin. We talked about that before. I don't know if you remember. It's been a while, months. But I argued that it's not economically intelligent for you to basically cut out half the human population out of the intellectual pool. Like, yeah, what if the next cure to a deadly disease is found by a woman? Right? There are many would-be geniuses and scientists that would just be slaving away in the kitchen under your patriarchal dictatorship.
Well, no, because anything like that that is to be found will be found by men. I can assure you, because that's in a man's nature. That's in a man's natural evolutionary drive. And women women that do possess high intellect.
Yes, like yeah, they do.
Those are the women that should be reproducing the most. Because see, it's like Hell by the Dashboard Light argues, in which I agree with him. By the way, nature abhors a vacuum. So wherever there is a vacuum, nature will make sure that void is filled somehow. So so the thing is, if people of high intellect are refusing to pass on our genes, if we're refusing to reproduce, all that's going to result in is us leaving the future of human civilization to to people in the hood and the trailer park.
Yeah, but Hardin, it doesn't matter how intelligent a woman is if once she's born, you just put her in the kitchen. It doesn't. It matters zero how smart she is.
Hold on. Do we really want the future of civilization and of this planet to be left to the hood and the trailer park?
No, but Hardin, like, what does it matter how intelligent a woman is if you don't let her actually ever into a lab
It does.
or let her experiment
Does.
on anything? Huh?
Because we don't need her doing that. Okay, men are perfectly capable of doing that.
Okay,
We
so
don't
you
need
want
her doing
okay,
that.
so you think that the purpose of a let's say you have like a genius level woman, right? Somebody she's Albert Einstein fucked Stephen Hawking but has a vagina. Right?
Yeah,
Super smart. Smartest woman
and
ever
she-
born. Not even until history like
she
should you be
passing on
bred?
her genes.
So should she be like
passing on her genes?
okay, but what I mean, look, plenty of smart people have stupid children and vice versa. Intelligence is, to my knowledge, I think it is inherited to
Nature
a certain
plus
degree.
nurture.
Yeah, it's part. Yeah, it's like half and half. I think. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on that. But point is, like,
It's
it doesn't
wrong
matter
argument.
if you have that massive potential. What if she gives birth to just I don't know the next alcoholic trailer park guy, or
Then that
she gives
potential
birth to
has
a
been
woman.
squandered.
Right. Like, what if she just does not give birth to the next genius? Male.
Exactly.
You're saying she should just be breeding stock for the next generation of men. But, you know...
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but what if that doesn't happen? Why not just put her to use? She's there here now, rather than a potential future male heir to the throne, to her, you know, the person to inherit her intelligence. Why not let her do the discovery instead of her male child? By the way, I mean, she's still... I also disagree with... you seem to have this impression, I don't know if that's intentional on your part to say it that way, but you have to keep in mind, like, a woman can still do stuff and have a child, right? Your life doesn't end once you have a baby. You can still discover things.
Well, you have to explain why it is so why it is very uncommon for careerist women to have, because all you have to do is look at countries like Western countries where women have been given freedom that they shouldn't have, and they're getting professional degrees. They're living a man's life. They're living a male lifestyle. They're becoming careerists.
Hardin,
And
if you lose your leg,
and hold on,
I'm not
hold on.
making new legs for you.
Hold on. And they're living these lifestyles that female biology is not conducive for. and look at what it has resulted in. The West is at an unsustainably low birth rate.
Again, you seem. I disagree with you that a career. Surely, sure. At some point, you have to make the choice between a career and a child, maybe, and a family. At least if you're like super
Yes.
entirely obsessed with your career, which I wouldn't recommend to anybody. That's not. I don't think that's a healthy thing for a man either, to forego. Isaac Newton gave us many great things, right? He was a brilliant man, but he was also a fucking incel. He never got laid in his life. He was fucking miserable, and
that's fucking tragic. That's fucking tragic.
yeah, right. So there is a male example of a man who dedicated his entire life to essentially, being an egghead and inventing shit, but, he didn't get to pass on his genes or anything. He didn't have a family. He never had joy in his life. And then there's examples like Marie Curie, who, to my knowledge, has children. She has at least one child, I think. She may have two. I'm not sure.
A whole one child. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna make me Google this. Damn it.
Yeah, and see, this is why if I was the president of China, China's kind of going in a better direction by no longer limiting couples to only one child. But I think China needs to go further, though, if they're serious about reversing their demographic decline that's plaguing them now. Because they do have the same problem that's plaguing the West, demographic decline. China needs to prohibit their female citizens from getting university degrees, and being careerists.
Do you have a degree, Hardin?
Oh, holy shit.
Do you have a degree?
I've done some college work, but no, I don't have a degree.
So you're not taking the place of a woman right now that could be in the field?
Hang on. Yeah, to go along with that, She-T in chat, or maybe it's Shat-T, I don't know, is asking how many children you have, Hardin. And if the answer is none, don't you think you're contributing to the problem?
Oh, I'm not disputing that. Yeah. If I could, if I could find a girl to pair bond with, which I think my only hope of that just my only hope might be going and living in a third world country.
No, you don't want to be a sex pet.
There.
Nah.
And keeping her there.
Okay, so
yeah, but
do you not think it is at all at any point? Do you think at any point it may be your fault along any of this? Because earlier you did agree that it's also partially men's fault that Western society is collapsing, right? So do you think it's partially your fault?
For giving women power. Yeah.
No, but no. That absolves you of responsibility. I'm not asking you, hey, are you responsible for giving women power and letting women vote or whatever? I'm asking you, like, you as an individual, I'm saying. Do you think you have any culpability in how your life is going and you not having children? Is there anything you think you could have done better to ensure a mate to pair bond with? Because I know that Alex, held by the Der Sportlight, he said, for example, that it's his personality that keeps him from meeting women. I remember that.
He has a strong personality. Yeah, and he argues in his oofy doofy theory. He argues that that even if you are a Melvin or an Urkel, because he believes opposite of the mainstream black pill community. For those who didn't get to hear him yesterday,
The VOD is up.
he believes that Melvin and Urkel are actually the ones with the advantage in the sexual marketplace, and not Chad and Tyrone. His argument is that women do not want masculine men, not only in terms of physical traits, but also in terms of personality traits.
Yeah, to give a very quick run, like to simplify, to dumb it down very, very to its very basics, in case you couldn't tune in yesterday. First of all, you should, the video's up.
Yeah.
He's essentially saying that women desire men that they can dominate over, right? Some poor schlub that you can push around. Maus, I don't know how to pronounce this, sorry. Maus donated $8. He's saying boardwalk burgers, more like board burgers. I don't know what that's a reference to. I have no idea.
But see, going back to my point, if I was president of China, I would enact a law prohibiting women from getting degrees and becoming careerists. So only men would be allowed to get university degrees and be careerists. The role of female citizens would be strictly to contribute to the continuation of the Chinese race. That's it.
Okay, first of all, I don't want the Chinese to succeed in anything. I don't like China or its policies. But how is this at all different to, like, slavery? Because what you're saying, that's what they've said about basically any group of people that's ever been subjugated by another group of people. Like, you could think about black people. They didn't want them to go to school or learn anything.
That is irrelevant to this particular subject matter.
No. You're saying that we need to prohibit certain people. You're saying that we need to prohibit women. Their only purpose. Hardin, you're saying that their only purpose is to serve men. Now, everything you said, I could tell. Yeah, but Hardin.
Women. I'm not.
Hold up, buddy.
I'm not arguing that black men should be prohibited from attending university. Hell no.
Okay, but everything that you said about women.
All women. Yes.
Yeah, but what you just said about women writ large is what some people used to say about black folk.
You understand? Those are two different subject matters that do not relate to each other. The two subject matters don't relate to each other.
No, but your attitude does. You're saying we need to keep these people to serve us. We can't let them have too much power. If we let them have power, it will ruin society. We can't. What are we gonna do? Treat them like equals? No. They're only good for picking cotton. / they're only good for cooking food and having babies. It's the same argument.
No, it's not. They're unrelated subject matters. They're completely unrelated subject matters.
I disagree. So what about black women? Like, they are still... Would you enslave them? Is that something you would vote for?
Oh, my policy applies to all women.
What about animal
Yeah, my
women?
policy would apply to all women.
What about female animals?
About them.
Well, I mean, do we enslave them? Is it okay to...
About them. The ones that are part of human society, we have a duty to them. The rest of them, leave them alone.
So only humans. I mean, how come though? Why... If we are going to have all these... Not laws. Well, I guess laws, yeah. For women to only remain in the home and do whatever the fuck the man wants, why only human females?
Why only human females?
Yeah. Isn't that biased?
What? I don't know how to respond to your question. Damn.
I'm. So, for instance, you do know that like apes are very like us. They can, to the point that they can learn sign language. They have emotions. They use tools and
Oh yeah,
whatnot. So how?
yeah. Humans share 99% of the same DNA as gorillas and chimpanzees.
Okay, so what about chimpanzee chicks? Like, is it okay to slap a chimpanzee girl?
For what?
I don't know. Raiding your
For
banana
what?
pantry? I don't know. Just stepping out of line.
For what?
Dude, it's an animal. Like, at some point, you're gonna. So, I mean, for your information, they do punish those animals sometimes if they refuse to learn something. They use positive reinforcement. For instance, if the gorilla did a good job today learning a certain skill or a hand sign or something, they give it a cat or they give it an extra cookie that day or a banana or whatever the fuck. If they don't, they take those things away, right? So reward and punishment work with those animals. So, would you be okay with a man punishing a female gorilla or a female chimpanzee?
No.
Why? But it's a female and it's pretty close to a human. Why is it only human women that are a problem?
Because gender issues do not apply to non-human animals. All non-human animals are innocent by default.
Oh. Okay. Why do you think that is? Like, at what point did evolution give us the ability, or give women the ability, I guess, to be malevolent? To the point that only they deserve to get beaten. Or subjugated. I mean, look, gender also plays a role in the like monkey population, right? It's like apes and chimpanzees as well. Women have hold some power in those populations. The guys all fight over. In every animal kingdom, there's hierarchies, right? The animals fight over the females. Isn't that Chet Stacy culture? Aren't there like Melvin monkeys who are just the losers? They get in a fist fight with the Chad monkey, and the Melvin monkey loses, and he gets a Stacy monkey pussy.
That does happen. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
gender is an
I'm-
issue in their realm as well.
Yeah.
And what about Neanderthals, as White Tide in the chat is asking?
About Neanderthals, I don't know enough about them.
No? Okay.
I don't know enough about Neanderthals. I know they were extremely aggressive, just like humans during the caveman era. They were very high. They were unnaturally high testosterone and very aggressive.
Do you think that's a good thing? For them to be aggressive? I don't know. I think it's better for us to be civilized. Also gonna take callers now. I think we heard the women speak, so it can be anybody now. I just need somebody to fill in real quick because I really have to pee.
Well,
If
I
anybody
want
has
to go
questions.
I want to go back to Hannah here. See,
I don't know if she's still here. Hannah.
Oh, she gone?
Okay.
Well,
Hannah, come back.
I'm here.
Okay.
See, it's interesting
gonna pee.
because you're kind of contradicting yourself here because see you
She
you
is or I am?
admitted well because you admitted earlier that that your mom's wedding dress
I'll be right back.
started getting you thinking about your biological drive, your evolutionary imperative, and that's why you've spent all day wearing that dress. And you don't want to live a careerist life. You want to be a mother. And pass
Well, how's she gonna
genes.
pick up a girl? How's she gonna pick up any guys if she doesn't dress a little liberally? Do you know what I'm saying, Hardin?
That's a separate issue. Eh, no, I'm talking about the difference between what Hannah was saying to me earlier and what she's saying to me now, because Hannah is now saying that women should be careerists. Those are contradictory statements there.
Yeah,
What's
they
that
are.
got to do with what she's wearing?
It's a separate issue. I
I'm
want to
telling you
hear
what I
Hannah
said,
talk.
not what I wore.
I want to hear Hannah talk. Explain your contradictory positions here.
Yeah, Hannah, go ahead.
So, I had a moment of weakness, but hearing you speak about how women should be subjugated, and I don't know what all that talk with animals were about. I didn't really understand that, but you know, having women not go to school and learn and develop and things like that, I think those things are what make people great parents. So taking that aspect away from women is only going to be detrimental to your society overall.
How so?
How so? Well,
Yeah.
she can't, you know, a parent is a team. It's two people. You know, like single parents don't have good odds with children. That's like a known statistic. Like they're not.
Definitely single mothers, that's for sure. Definitely single mothers.
Don't you
Single
have
father.
a single mom?
Yeah. Now, single fathers, that's debatable because single fathers actually seem to do quite well by their children.
Oh, so I guess the woman does just need to go to school. If single fathers are better at parenting, you know?
Are they?
No.
Well, you just said.
No, a child should be raised by both parents, but what all I'm arguing is if it's going to be a single parent, I would rather it be the father if it's going
Why?
to be a single parent.
Is this
But
is this
no, I would rather both parents. I'd rather both parents raise children. Both.
do you prefer
That's the best.
father because you grew up with a single mom? And I'm not judging, by the way. I also grew up with a single mom, so I'm just asking.
Well, because you'll notice, children that are raised by single fathers, which that is very rare, by the way. The vast majority of single parent families are single mother. I think single father are maybe 2% of single parent families. I think single father maybe 2% or less.
Yeah, if you grow up with a single, or if you just live with a single mother, you know, you're gonna end up stupid. You'd probably rather have two dads, wouldn't you?
Well, see, the difference that I've noticed between single father-led families and single mother-led families, and I've seen both. I have seen both. With single father-led families, you'll notice, like, if you go to visit the man at his residence, everything is very orderly, very orderly. You're not going to see toys and stuff all over the floor. You're not going to see trash everywhere.
How many have you seen? How many single dads and moms do you know in real life? I don't know any. Well, I know single mothers. My mother, I know, right? But I don't have any guys who are raising children on their own.
Yeah, and one thing you'll notice in a single father led household is you're not going to see dishes piled all the fucking way up to the ceiling and shit in the kitchen and stuff.
Well,
Because
okay. That sounds like you've never met a man. That definitely guys let shit pile up. Can I ask you this? The thing that always bothers me with the single mother question, though, is, would you date a woman who already has a child? Would you marry her if she has, like, let's say, twins, boy and a girl, she's alone? husband left her for whatever reason. Maybe he died, maybe he left, doesn't matter.
Not in the West. Not in the West, hell no.
Okay, so if men
No.
like you are unwilling to actually date these women, then what are they supposed to do? Because there are too many men that just, they don't want that. I mean, I agree with you, a mother and a father is better than just having one parent, right? You want two parents.
Yeah.
Twice the love, twice the attention, twice the care they can provide for a child. But if it's a single mother, because maybe through no fault of her own, she is now single. Again, because maybe dad is he just didn't give a shit about his wife and his children, so he left. Or maybe he died in an accident or something. You never know. Like, my mother lost a husband, and now she's alone. So isn't it also the fault of the men for the decline of Western civilization that they just leave this woman single? That there's men out there going, fuck that. I'm not gonna date a bitch with children.
Well, because every man wants to pass on his own genes. A man wants his own children.
Yeah, understandable, but I'm just saying, those scenarios exist, right? That is a contributing factor, I would say, that there's a lot of guys who don't want to date single moms, but then those single moms still get blamed for it. They get blamed for being single, or, look at your household, you're a single mom, of course your child ended up fucked up. Maybe she tried, you don't know. She could have been trying to date, again, to find a new husband.
But I want to go back to Hannah. So Hannah,
Of course you do. No answer.
What value are you women to human civilization if you are not if you're being careerists and you're not contributing to the continuation of our species?
How much do women contribute? The limit does not exist.
Not at all.
See, because the thing is, civilization does not need women to work in the science professions and stuff like that. That's a man's natural role. That's what male biology is naturally suited for.
Homophobic is asking what you are providing or what you're adding in value, Hardin. Last time you were on, you said you were NEET maxing, right? So NEET is not in, what was it? Not in education, employment, or training? That means you collect unemployment.
You know, it's funny. There's a lot of folks in the black pill community. Dashboard is one of them. Held by the Dashboard Light is one of them. He actually encourages NEET maxing.
Okay, so but if you do, what do you contribute to society that you get to judge women for not contributing?
We're talking about women right now.
Yes, we are talking about women, but I'm also asking how are you not a hypocrite?
But
women.
I love women.
Yeah, but Hannah, I want to keep talking to Hannah a moment. So
Yeah, Kaya.
So what value is the female collective to human civilization if you women are not contributing to the continuation of our species, particularly in first world countries?
I think there's a lot of value that doesn't go along with propagation of the human species. I mean, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. He didn't have to reproduce a child to invent another light bulb. He invented something, and it's lasted for hundreds of years.
Yeah, he did what his male biology is conducive for.
The human brain has no differences between male and female brains. We're both capable and have potential.
Not true.
Well, if I'm talking to a conspiracist, we're not going to get anywhere. So.
No, the female brain is comprised mainly of white matter. The male brain is comprised mainly of gray matter, and and and
Did
that's
you say?
and that's what.
Do you know what white matter is? It's myelinated cells, which means they're able to travel faster, more efficiently. Gray matter is matter that's taking up no space. It's useless. It's basically like placeholders for future axons to make connections.
Anyway, brain is
Neurologically,
full.
white matter is the more efficient space.
Yeah, and the male brain, the male human brain is naturally good at the sciences and engineering because our brain is naturally good at spatial awareness and things like that. Whereas the female brain is naturally good for things like nurturing and being empathetic and things.
Empathy is a learned behavior. It has nothing to do with cranial mechanisms. It's something that's exercised and learned.
But back to my question though. Why should we have the social contract that we have between the genders when you women collectively have rendered it null and void because you are given nothing in return for this social contract?
Wait,
Are
they're
you
given
saying
nothing?
the bitches aren't useful because they don't put out?
Yes.
Thank you for that Generation X version of Hardin's statement, Brady. Much
Okay, real
appreciated.
quick.
I just want to make it.
Hydrated Man is saying he has a question for you, Hardin. So, Hydrated Man, you are unmuted. Hello. Please speak or you will
Thank
be
you.
remuted. There you go.
Yep, yeah. Alright,
Go
so Howden, you're talking about like a uselessness, if I understood that correctly.
What's your question?
Well, my question is, do you feel that women have always been this way, or do you think this is like a new phenomenon, with them not being as useful?
That's a good question. It's too bad that Hell by the Dashboard Light when he was on yesterday didn't get to talk about that because that's something he talks about in his live streams about how female nature has been perverted through many decades of psychological programming and he makes a powerful point there.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that female humans have been this contemptible like the female collective is now.
It's contemptible?
Contemptible, you know,
That's
despicable.
right. That's a strong, very strong word. What
Yeah.
is
Yeah, because
to feel contempt
because
for them?
Because the thing is, women have never really been able to love men like men do for them. It's just not in their nature. However, what is very much different about female nature in modern time that you would not have seen in generations past, that is to the point where it totally violates the rules of evolution, is these bitches being pro-death, extremely pro-death. Like if you
What do you mean pro-death?
You're talking about like abortion?
Yes. So if you look at news photographs from downtown Dublin, in the Guardian and the Telegraph back, I think it was 2 years or maybe 3 years ago when they made abortion legal in Ireland. Fuck the stupid articles. Fuck the articles. The articles are your typical feminist left wing, pro abortion, pro feminism propaganda garbage. So fuck the news articles. Just take notice of the news photographs. The news photographs that they took in downtown Dublin on that day when it was announced that abortion was officially made legal in Ireland. And look at the expressions that these bitches have on their faces. It is just absolutely fucking galling. It is galling.
Okay, well, if you'll excuse me, let's. I'm just gonna go through a couple of things here. So when would you say?
Okay, let's
let me finish.
hydrated
So
man. No,
that
Someday.
I would say is highly unusual, and that is a mentality that you would not have seen in women in the 1940s and the 1800s and the 1700s and the
Do you not know that
1600s.
women had
Okay, so-
abortions in earlier ages?
hang
Did
on.
you not-
I would like to hang on, both of you, Hannah, Hardin. Let's hydrated
ahead.
man speak, please, and ask us
Okay,
questions.
so Howden, you said 1940s is when they became more, useless. In your opinion. So I would say that we can both agree that a role of like combat in war is a relatively masculine profession. Correct?
That's a negative aspect of male nature, absolutely.
But we would say that it's a male-dominated field, if you will.
Oh yes, and,
Okay.
yeah, and that is definitely a downside to masculinity.
Certainly. I don't think anybody here is supporting war, but I would say that a pretty important thing in things like combat would be the protective equipment used by the soldiers, right? The first
sure.
bulletproof fiber was invented in 1966 by a woman named Stephanie Kwolek. And when you talk about women not being able to have love for men, there were 152 women killed in the War on Terror. Several of them actually doing things such as jumping on grenades.
Women naturally have bond with their children.
Sorry, Hardin, I'm
not
sorry
with
to cut you off.
with men.
Hydrated man, could you repeat the lady's name? Stephanie.
The woman's name was Stephanie Kwolek. That's Kwolek.
Okay, so what?
Oh, okay. Thank
So
you.
what?
Okay, thank you.
So
Go
what?
ahead, Hardin.
Go ahead, Hardin.
So what?
So what? What?
I'm not denying
So
that
what?
that there are women of high intellect. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a given. Yeah, I mean
So they're not useless.
China, Taiwan, Singapore, Korea, Japan, and the West and Israel would not be what they are if our women were not of high intellect. What I'm saying is, women of high intellect should be contributing to the genetic continuation of high intellect societies like our countries. We don't fucking need them. I don't care about this woman you're talking about that invented protection vests. I don't care. That is something that a man would have done if it wasn't her.
Then why
Those
didn't he?
men
But
A
that
man
would have done
would
those
have
things would have
invented that.
died if she wouldn't have invented that. Do
Yeah,
you see
I
the
was gonna
fallacy
say.
in what you're saying?
I mean, she certainly a man could have invented that. Let's say 2005. That's 40.
Yeah, why
what
didn't
is that,
they?
40
What-
years later.
Yeah, why-
40 years later, and significantly. Go on.
Or in 1910. I don't care. A man.
Well, no, a man didn't invent it in 1910. It says right here, 1966, a woman invented it.
And he saves like I mean, again, Hardin, I'm sure you're against war. I think you're against like unnecessary suffering, right? In war, also animals
I
suffer.
think everyone here is.
Yeah. This woman surely saved numerous lives with her technology. You're saying a guy would have eventually invented this. That's okay, but
Yes.
eventually isn't soon
Yes.
enough. It's good that this
Yes.
woman invented it now rather than a guy 2,000 years from now.
Okay, if you're going to argue timeline, that is entirely irrelevant, because if we had the kind of social policy in place that I advocate for, we could have had that technology invented at the same time. the only difference would have been is there would have been male scientists assigned to the research project to develop that technology.
But why do you
And
care?
women, hold on, and the women of the time would be fulfilling their natural evolutionary role as women, and contributing to the continuation of these high IQ countries that we all live in, that we claim to value, but we're not acting like we value our countries by allowing our women to be fucking careerists, squandering away their fertility years, and causing us to have unsustainably low birth rates. And what's going to
I
happen?
disagree, Hardin. It
Me
wouldn't be the first thing I
too.
disagree with, but if you look at it, the population in most of these countries are talking about high functioning. So I'm going to talk about most first world countries.
I'm talking about high intellect countries. Yes.
So would America be considered a high intellect country? That's fair.
Ameri-
That's fair.
Meh.
Okay.
Amer-
So that's fair. I'm not even mad.
America.
What would you consider a high intellect country? All right. What would you?
But may I interject with a question, Hardin?
You
So
got it.
to most people, the thing is though, the overwhelming majority of people, they will not care who invents something useful. They don't care if it was a woman who invented Kevlar. They're not thinking, oh, this is good, this is fueling the decline of our birth rate or whatever. Like, if I ever get cancer, I don't care if the cure to cancer is invented by a woman, by a transgender person, by a literal clown, by a horse. I don't care. I will use it if it saves my life.
Would you
Most people
drive a
don't
car
care.
that a woman invented?
No, you're entirely missing my point. What I'm saying is, if the high intellect countries that we all live in, that we all claim to value, I'm talking about Western countries, Israel, China, Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, Korea. If these countries all continue on the current trend that they're on now, which is an unsustainably low birth rate, a fucking negative birth rate, and that is due to our women being careerists, for our women playing a man's role. They're not playing a female role. They're playing a man's role. What's going to happen is the progress that we have made is eventually going to be reversed.
Okay. Hydrated. If you have one last question, please ask it, and then I would like to get to the next caller.
Yeah, you got it. Somebody brought up in the chat, I don't remember who it was, but they said that I think we can both say that a man and a woman are required to make a child. If you disagree with that, then. But if a woman hadn't,
what's your
if
point?
a woman hadn't invented Kevlar, right? Let's say, well, it doesn't matter.
A man would have.
Okay.
But
We
later.
could have easily assigned.
That doesn't matter.
Hold on. We could have easily assigned talented male scientists to work to that research project. So that's entirely irrelevant. It's entirely irrelevant.
That's okay. But it doesn't matter who invented it. If it wasn't invented at the time, more men would have died. And as we already said, a man and a woman is needed to make a child. So the birth rates already would have gone down. It didn't matter who invented it. That's about it, Kaya. Thanks for having me. You can mute me now.
All right. Thank you, Hydrated.
No worries.
I recognize you from the streams, by the way. Thank you for watching. All right. I was going to... Our next caller, Hardin, is Hasenpfeffer. He goes by Hasenpfeffer on Twitch, I think. Hello.
Hello. How goes
Hey.
it,
Hi.
guys?
All right.
Hey.
Hit us.
This is a really good guy.
Okay.
Aw, hi, Anna. Hey, Kaya, I love your streams, man. Been following for a good while.
Thank you. Thank you.
She must have a big dick.
Well, no. Nah.
If
Anyway,
Hannah likes you.
All right, moving on. Brady. Okay, so I have a multitude of questions here, but what I'd like to know, I think more than anything, statistics and everything aside, like Hardin, why are you like this, man? I have to know, dude, because I get where you're coming from. I'm not a lucky guy when it comes to dating. Like, I understand that. I don't actually go out looking too often these days, what with COVID and whatnot. But it can't be like this, dude. And I need to know what made you so
Like what?
fucking bitter, man.
Bitter. How old
What's
are
he
you,
like?
Pfeffer? Hang on, how old are you, Pfeffer?
I just turned 28.
Okay, oh yeah, all right. You're very close to my age. That is definitely. Oh man, 28. Yeah, that's definitely my age range where you're going like, okay, I gotta find somebody to settle down already, right? Like, it's getting silly
yes,
now. Yeah.
Definitely. I think it's a yes and no thing too. Like it's you do get to that point. I think all of us experience it when we get to this age.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but it's not anything that it stopped bothering me a long time ago. In the realm of like what's wrong with me? Like why am I not getting lucky with it's never been a huge issue to me, or at least it stopped a long time ago. So I'd like to know how old are you, Hardin? Again?
I'm a proud member of the Generation X.
48,
Gen
right?
Xer, hell yeah.
Do I?
Yes.
Yeah, 48 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good on you, buddy. I hate to see a fellow man go down this hole, dude, because it's not it's not healthy, man. That's all I really want to tell you. Is that,
What exactly is Hardin saying that you don't like? You're being very ambiguous.
Your opinion is well. I mean, what? Oh my God, I could say a lot about the things that I've heard that I dislike, but
Depriving
that's a whole
women
other...
of any value.
Yeah, value, education, career goals,
I
like
think
career paths.
The reason to live.
To name a few.
But I think Hassan is also talking about how this is making you, directly you personally, also a little unhappy, Hardin. Like I said before also, if you're just spending your days Googling handsome, swoony men, these cuties, and blaming yourself for not looking as handsome, it's gonna take a toll on your mental health. It sure as shit would make me sad if I did nothing but like Google big buff, sweaty, Middle Eastern, hairy cuties. Like, why am I not this hot? What would my life be like if I was like him and I had cute abs?
Because at the end of the day, that's what does it too. Is like, why am I not a certain way? Why did I get the short straw in this genetic, gene pool of what we are and how we're made? It can't all boil down to that. Like, you have other qualities about you, my man. It's not all looks. Looks are important, but at the end of the day, personality is a big thing too. How you feel, how you act. Intellect.
Okay, Hardin. We've asked good lots. Hardin, what do you think?
I'm skeptical as to whether personality really, and that's what PUAs tell us. But that personality plays the bigger role in sexual attraction. But I'm highly skeptical of that, because if you look at the experiments that black pillars have done on OkCupid and Tinder, where they created sock puppet accounts, and one ad is a Chad ad, the other is a Melvin ad, and both ads will say something along the lines of, I just got out of prison for molesting my 5-year-old cousin, looking for some female companionship. And the Chad ad, the same ad, both ads are saying the same fucking thing, and the Chad ad will get flooded from with messages from women saying, "Oh, you're hot. I want to meet you." Whereas the Melvin ad, that ad gets flagged so many times that it gets shut down.
Yeah, but Hardin, remember I asked you about, say, Brady, who is a good-looking guy, but women really do not like his personality at all whatsoever.
Brady.
That's debatable.
So I do think that women do care about personality.
Big time. 100%. And it's not all person.
But how do you explain the Ted Bundy phenomenon, or the Richard Ramirez phenomenon, or the Chris Watts phenomenon, or the Jeremy Meeks phenomenon? You know, where these guys had women getting so wet for them that they're sending them money while they're in prison. They're sending them fucking money while they're in prison, and women from around the world.
That goes down to charisma as well, man.
Now, does that happen? Does that happen for average or below average looking guys that get sent to prison for the same crimes?
We're not saying.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Look, I think most people would agree with you. People who are born very attractive, they have a certain privilege. They have some things easier. I'm just saying that a bad personality, you can't override a bad personality with a nice smile. If you're a terrible human, But Hardin, hang on. You're calling it the Ted Bundy phenomenon. Ted Bundy. At the end of the day, Ted Bundy is still in prison. We locked him away, and that's where he fucking died. It's not as if we crowned him king.
He was. So did Richard Ramirez. So does Jeremy Meeks. So does Chris Watts. That guy's Jeremy Meeks received $2,000 from some bitch in Japan. A woman in Japan sent him $2,000 while he was in prison for beating a teenage boy damn near to death.
Hang on, I don't know who Richard Ramirez is.
Aggravated assault.
The name sounds familiar. I don't actually know who that is.
This guy isn't handsome. He's like creepy looking. What's his deal? What did he do?
He had like an older hair, like like that 70s look.
Valley Intruder. Nights. Oh, this is the guy who like snuck into a bunch of people's houses and clobbered them to death with a hammer, right? Is
but he could have been ugly.
Yeah, like even ugly people. I mean, I don't think that like Charles Manson was a super handsome guy, too. Right?
Exactly.
I'm saying. Look. I've lived.
Nothing you want to aspire to.
I've lived in the hood before, so I've known guys I've known guys like Jeremy Meeks. I've known guys like him, small time street thugs that engage in the kind of behavior that Jeremy Meeks used to, and these guys when they're in and out of jail, they're not getting bitches writing them love letters and sending them money.
I wonder why.
I got a proposition for you, Hardin. Would you rather kill a bitch or be ugly?
Kill a bitch or be ugly?
Yeah. Say you get to kill a bitch and suddenly you're hot.
Oh my god.
Which would you choose?
That's a tough call.
Go on, Hardin.
So after killing her,
you just become hot. You're the hottest guy in the world.
Yeah, magically.
It's a miracle of God.
Magic.
Wow.
What happens next? Or I mean, which one did you choose?
Oh, that's tempting.
It's a tough one.
That's tempting.
It's a no-brainer.
No, it's not. It's a tough one. Take a commercial break. Come on, think about it. Which would you do? Kill a bitch or be hot?
Oh, that would be
or be
tempting.
ugly.
That would be tempting.
Oh.
No, say there's no repercussions. You just kill the bitch, you get away with
Oh
it.
no.
You're hot now.
Oh.
What
if she's like 15 and she just gave you a lip? She was like, Hardin, fuck you, you're no man. I'm not cooking you dinner tonight.
Yeah, what if it's like a Hannah and you can do whatever you want with
Hardin,
your body?
fuck
Oh, yeah.
you. I'm not cooking you dinner. I'm not cutting your crusts.
Yeah, see, now you kill Hannah and
Yeah.
you're suddenly hot and you can use her. You can.
I could definitely see killing myself a feminist.
Could you kill Hannah? Could you see yourself
Would you
killing
like to
Hannah?
kill me?
Yeah, could you kill Hannah? I could.
Holy Lou. Okay.
Brady's sad because I rejected him. You know, after he walked away from Mariah's door, he came to my door. It's really sad.
Yeah, I only had 6 inches. I didn't have 9. The pussy wasn't ready. So,
Okay.
would you kill Hannah and the next day you're hot? And you can do whatever you want with her body. Would you do it?
Pretty good deal.
I definitely have to fuck her first.
Okay, you
Oh.
can fuck her alive and then fuck her dead.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn straight. Yes.
Yes.
Damn straight.
So
Wait,
he
you
would
would
do
fuck
it.
a
He
corpse?
would do it. No, he's saying he would kill her.
Real questions.
He's saying he would kill her.
I guess, but all right.
Right, Hardin? You would kill
Is-
her and fuck the corpse?
Wow, these hypothetical questions.
It's a tough one, I know.
She's still warm, technically.
Or you
Kaya.
could wait. I mean,
You
you
can
can just keep her.
microwave
You don't
her.
have to throw her away. Yeah,
Oh,
Okay,
Oh, I
can
don't
we
know.
stop acting like it's me? I'm getting weirded out now.
I like it.
Okay, Brady. Well, stop jerking yourself off and
I mean, I would take the deal, Hannah, if you're curious.
Okay. Hazen,
I
did you have
won't.
any other questions?
I got a bunch, man, but I thank you for having me on. I'll let you guys can let me go here. I'm hoping you'll have me back on eventually down the line.
Yes.
Go on to the next one.
of course.
Okay, man. Thank you
Alrighty.
for calling in.
Yeah,
Talk to
y'all
you
take care.
next time. Thanks for watching. You too. Homophobic, you're next. Hello.
Hey everyone, it's me, Homophobic, the one and only. I am here
Mhm.
to spread my wisdom.
All right.
And so, I got a few ideas, questions. I want to bounce this off y'all, targeted towards our honorable guest here. So, for one, I'd say it's semantic to argue contributing by gender, because that's just silly. Because every single woman in the world raises the entire population. That's just a fact. Yeah, I don't see many men spitting babies out of their dick, you know what I mean? And secondly, if you're having issues with women, do you think Japan's solution with the mandated Asian GF whole thing, where they literally don't have people, so they have breeding visas where they bring people over, do you think that's the solution here? And
Wait,
if
wait,
so,
wait,
is that
they have-
sexist?
They have breeding visas? Is this a
Oh
thing?
hell
or...
yeah, dude! I'm not even kidding, dude. If you come over to the country
how do you
and marry a Japanese chick, or just
Already
I'm
feel
not
bad
even
for
kidding.
him.
It's fucking wild. The fucking I know most Japanese people are basically pedophiles, and they
Whoa.
how can we make this worse? Hey,
not
don't go.
slander.
Hey,
wait.
every year anime
wait.
chicks look younger and younger. That's
Wait.
not. Is that not a symptom of an unhealthy society?
Homie, I didn't bring
Wait,
you on
wait.
to get me banned.
Christ.
I'm just curious if you think the Japanese mandated GF is a good thing, and if so, who would take the bullet?
Wait. So you're saying you can actually get a visa?
Yes.
They
will pay you.
from the Japanese government to
The Japanese government will pay you tomorrow to
Well, let 'em
fly
talk.
over there.
Let him talk.
It's
and
Let Hardin
impregnate
talk.
one of their women. That's hard to believe. That's hard.
How is that hard? The average worker is 40 something. Yeah, they're running out of people. They're desperately asking for Americans, English, you name it. Like, come on over. I'm dead serious. You can look this up. Apply online. This could fix
Wow.
half this chat's issues.
Japan,
I know.
You going, Hardin?
Yeah, you trade.
Wow.
You trade the creepy anime for the breeding visa. Hey, everyone wins at the end of the day.
How soon are you gonna quit your photography job?
Well, it would depend though. I mean, would I actually be able to would I actually be able to be a father in my child's life, or does, because I'm pretty sure Japan has the same kind of anti-male laws as the West.
I don't know.
quite certain
You
they
don't.
do.
You don't want that Hardin. You don't want a little Hardin running around. Ching chong. I hate women. Ching chong. You don't want that shit.
No, you're doing it wrong. It's not ching chong. It's oh.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Great.
oh, women bad.
Thanks, everyone.
I dishonored you.
All right, this is getting a little too cringe. Kaya,
I love having to remove the VOD. Thanks, everybody. All right, homie. Stop trying to get me banned. Be a bro. Be a brother. All right. Now.
I mean, if your information if your
We're being
information is
racist.
accurate, that's surprising. I find that surprising. Wow.
Hey, me and you will sign up together.
Shoot. I'm down.
don't become his friend. God.
Oh man.
What a
Hey, I
traitor.
wouldn't mind having a Japanese wife to have children, but hell no. Shoot.
Also, on the whole murderer thing, I didn't understand that tangent because I've killed multiple people and I have not gotten a single DM or letter.
Okay, this is getting cringe. All right, calm down.
All right, you be.
Stop being
my.
silly.
Why did you pick him again?
I don't know. I don't know. He's insane. Okay, homie. Thanks for
So
calling
hard.
in. I see. Oh, I think Brady already muted you. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Thanks for
got
calling in. Does anybody else have a question? I think there was one guy.
He's being a little too racist.
Scroll away. Yeah, I gotta have to remove this goddamn thing. Har needs a Yoko Ono. 2000 Suzuki. Okay, please don't actively try to get me banned. Also, where is your name? Oh, it's the very first
Well,
one.
Hardin,
Okay.
long time.
Go ahead. Hello?
I'll try to get.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going?
All right, please don't yell the
All right,
N-word
all right.
just to spite me, and go ahead with your question.
Well,
Yeah, not while the stream's
I-
going.
So I just wanted to talk to Howden. How do I pronounce his name? Hardin.
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 Hardin. Okay, so Hardin. Okay, I just want to say I'm a big fan of the stream, big fan of you, Kai, you too, Brady. But
Thank you.
the first question
Thank
I
you.
wanted to ask is, so I grew up in the hood. I lived in LA. I grew up in Linwood. That's found right next to Compton. You guys know how bad Compton is. Hardin, I need to ask, why do you feel like you need to generalize about everything so much? So to me, it seems like everything has to be dealt in absolutes. There can't be no variations. People can't be different. It's either everything is one way or another. There's no in between. Why is that?
I'm not following your question.
Why do you deal with
what are you referring to specifically?
everything in general? So when you talk about women, you feel like women have to be one way and they only could be one way. There can't be any variations. You can't have any differences. So something like that. Why do you feel like that is?
I think he's saying you're generalizing women a lot, Hardin.
Yeah, okay. So what does that have to do with life in the hood? Because you started out with saying
fine,
you
fine.
that you grew up in the hood. What did
Sorry,
those two
I'm-
subjects
He's
have to
straight
do
out of
with-
Compton.
I'm a bit nervous and I'm a bit scatterbrained right now. So when I was mentioning the hood, it's because you
That's
mentioned
okay.
that street thugs, you were just generalizing about them in a certain way, and that makes me think: why do you feel like you have to generalize about everything in a certain way? You feel like there can't be any variations.
What I was saying about street thugs is we were talking about how attractive men versus unattractive men are treated, and so I was using the examples of people like Jeremy Meeks, Richard Ramirez, Ted Bundy, Chris Watts, and Jeremy Meeks, I believe grew up in Stockton, California. He was a small time street thug from the hood, and Jeremy Meeks was, he got while he was in jail, when his mugshot photo went viral on social media, he got offered a contract with a A-list
Yeah,
modeling
I
agency.
think you're missing his points. Sorry, Hardin. I think
Yeah,
what 2000
yeah,
is asking you is 2000. By the way, Suzuki, feel free to correct me. You generalize women a lot.
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying there is a difference between how Jeremy Meeks got treated when he was locked up, versus because I have lived in the hood before, and the guys I've known in the hood who lived the same kind of lifestyle as Jeremy Meeks, little violent street thugs. None of them, every time they've been in and out of jail, none of them have gotten a woman from Japan sending them $2,000 and saying, "Will you be my boyfriend?"
Well, don't you
That
think
hasn't
that
happened for them.
don't you think that has to do with the time we're growing up in? I mean, you're 48, right? So when you knew these people, I mean, the internet wasn't exactly a big thing, I'd assume, and information like that didn't just simply spread.
No, I think the difference is Jeremy Meeks it has the type of facial aesthetics. He is a handsome young man. He has the type of facial attributes, the facial aesthetics that just naturally get a woman wet.
So do you think everything just boils down to being sexually attracted? Do you think that's what everyone just searches for? That's what I mean by you generalizing. Do you think every woman just wants to be sexually attracted to one thing?
Worldview shattering.
I think
again,
Hardin thinks women.
No, go ahead, Brady. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Hardin thinks women are very stupid, so it makes sense for them to only
I
think
don't
of.
just Hardin thinks that. It seems like another person might share
It's
that
it's
opinion.
it's a pretty popular opinion. Women are dumb.
Hmm.
Am I on the right track here, Hardin?
Well,
Yes.
Speaking of women and their intellect, here's another question I had. You were saying that intelligent women need to pass down their genetic material more than anything, right?
Yes.
So that being said, how do you propose they should show their intelligence? Because apparently you don't even want them to be able to read or pick up a book or be able to go get an education. So
Oh.
how should they even be able to prove their intelligence to even
There
be
you
deemed
go.
worthy by you to have children?
That's that pokes a hole in a big section of your argument.
If intellect is heritable, which alt-right activists.
But how do you know they're smart in the first place? How do you know they're intelligent in the first place is my question. If you don't want them to be able to prove it, how do you know they're intelligent to begin with?
Oh man.
Women are pretty
This is the kind of thing that makes women wet right here.
No.
Oh,
You know what,
really?
it's okay if you can't answer that, Hardin. I have one last question.
Well, how one does not have to possess a university degree to show intellect. In fact,
Yeah, but apparently you don't even want them to be able to read. So,
in fact,
how are they supposed to develop critical thinking skills if you don't even want them to pick up a book? Don't you think that's just it doesn't get anywhere, you know? And I don't think it's fair, and I believe many people agree with me on this. The only reason I think that you think women aren't as intelligent because they don't contribute much or anything is because it wasn't until recently that women were allowed to make contributions towards society.
Oh
I
my God.
agree.
Mhm.
Women should be able to read so they can read more on reproduction so they can be more useful to us.
All right, Brady.
Honestly,
how you
though?
go?
Yeah, I agree with Brady. I'm with Brady on that.
But okay.
I think
Enjoy your stagnant society. with no improvement.
I think you've been missing the point that I'm making. We do not need women to be working in the sciences and doing these things. Men are perfectly capable of that. So someone brought up
If men are perfectly capable of that, then why don't we see more men in like the nursing fields and medical fields? Why is that? Why is
Yeah.
it female dominated? We see men in engineering fields. I won't take that away from you. But for whatever reason, they're not in the medical fields. And it's a man's world after all, right? So why isn't there more men in there? You
Well,
think that
men's
there
are.
may be I mean, don't you think it may be
I
possible
will
that
agree with Suzuki here. If not for the women in the nursing industry, our society would have probably collapsed during this latest pandemic.
Yeah, who else would have taken out your shit nugget?
Well, women are nurses and men are doctors. That's the way it's always been.
Shut up,
All
Hardin.
right. Can I just
How
ask
about
one
we
last
just keep
question?
men at home and they do all the dishes and stuff, and then we can just do all the science and.
Oh yeah, you're
Well, then
gonna
you
take
wouldn't have
care
time
of
for
me when I'm
reproduction.
I like that
barefoot
idea,
in the
Hardin. What do you
kitchen,
think?
8 months pregnant, Hannah.
My pregnant body makes me superior, so
You wouldn't have any time for your reproduction if you did all that.
Okay,
It'd be
Hardin,
even more useless.
do you have an answer? I'll give you a chance to answer.
you me.
No,
remind me
Hardin.
the question. I got sidetracked. Remind me the question.
Oh, okay. So my question originally was, how do you propose women be able to show their intellect? Because
Oh,
you don't want
yes.
them to be able to read, apparently, not get an education, not develop critical thinking skills. So how do you determine if a woman is intelligent or not?
That's a difficult question to answer because it depends on what criteria that we're going by. So
No, it's a very
does
easy
int-
question, Hardin. He's
no,
asking
no,
you.
no,
You
no.
said
So
the only thing
so
women are good
does-
for to be
does-
bred for future
are we-
male generations, future male geniuses.
are
How would you ever find
are
out
we-
that they were smart in the first place?
Are we going by the nurture criteria, which
IQ.
argues that which
IQ,
would argue
Harden,
that?
Let's
Hold
just
on,
go
hold
by
on.
pure IQ.
we-
IQ test. How do you know this woman is smart? If you just make her, if you just force her to make sandwiches, how will you ever find out that she's intelligent?
She can make a lot of sandwiches.
He had an easier time answering if he would kill Hannah.
The more efficient, the better.
Well, an intelligence test would certainly show that, but again, it depends on which criteria we're going by. Are we going by the nature criteria?
Just in general.
Which that's what the alt right believes in. The nature criteria, which is that intellect comes from one's genes.
Okay, but how would you even be able to determine who has that gene if you don't let them prove it? How do you prove they have that gene to begin with?
Or are we going by the nurture criteria, which argues that intellect has to be taught?
Okay, not to rush you guys, Suzuki.
I don't know.
If you have a final follow-up, please ask it now.
Yeah,
because we have other callers.
One last simple question.
Go ahead.
Hardin, do you think you're gay? Because all I see is that you idolize men and you envy them so much. Are you sure you just don't want to be with one or something?
All right, I'm sending you a friend request.
Like, be honest. Are you sure you're not gay? Like, it's okay. I just want to know.
That sounds like a sarcastic question. So
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being honest. Do you think you might be gay or bisexual?
Or bi-curious?
Bi-curious as well, because you seem to idolize and envy men so much. I've never purposely gone out of my way to look at handsome men on the internet, and you seem to know multiple of them.
Well, you're just a beast.
Well, I'm the most based and red-pilled guy you know, probably. But seriously, Hardin, are you sure you're not bisexual, bi-curious, or homosexual? There's nothing wrong with that, but you just seem to hate women so much.
No,
but you seem to love men.
See, the problem with your argument is you're making it sound as if one has to be a homo to recognize a handsome guy when he.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I also find
admire that. No, I admire for example Kendrick Ferris. for being
Hardin, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't even know who the fuck that is. If I see a handsome guy, sure, I think in the back of my head, that's a good looking guy. But I don't purposely go out of my way to learn their names and see how they look and what's working for them. I simply don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Are you sure you're not homosexual or bisexual? Just answer the fucking question.
Well, the reason I know Kendrick Ferris is because
You're gay.
Is because when I'm participating in debates on animal rights on social media, and these dumb morons come at me with, you can't be athletic on a vegan diet. I point to Kendrick Ferris because
What does that have to do with the question?
Because Kendrick Ferris is
Do you
vegan.
like men? Yes or no?
Hold on, and I believe he's a lifelong vegan, if I'm not mistaken. And he was the only power lifter athlete from America. I can imagine how much pressure that must have put on
I want other people to answer questions, but I'm just gonna assume you're gay.
to qualify for the Olympics.
And he was super hot, right?
I admire his physique. Yeah,
You know what?
Very
Super cute.
impressive physique. Very impressive.
Here's what we're gonna
Yeah,
do.
very cool.
Hang on, Suzuki. I'm not going to mute you. I'm going to keep you in the
Okay.
background. Feel free to chime in if
Okay.
it's something you feel like you have to for.
You've
But
earned a
Yeah, by the
place.
way, you could just call me Raymond or Ray, by the way.
okay, Ray.
Yeah.
I would like to give
Yeah, but-
Horse
but-
is the
but
next
see,
person
the
in
problem-
line.
Yeah, for sure.
ahead,
I'll
Hardin.
just be here in the background. Don't mind me. I'll just mute myself and unmute myself.
Sir Hardin, go ahead. But after you give us an answer, I would like to unmute Horse for him to ask a question. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can't understand that mentality. The idea that one has to be homo to recognize a good-looking guy and appreciate a guy with a nice physique. That mentality doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Horse, you're up next. You're unmuted. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Please go ahead.
First, how long has Raymond been an FBI interrogator?
I've been an FBI interrogator for 21 years, ever since I was born.
And how long, Horse, have you had that sexy voice? You sound very nice.
Since I was like 15,
Oh, Horse, I
got in
talked to.
trouble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We
I'm
talked
very,
about-
very sorry I didn't recognize you. This is Ira Tate.
Yeah.
This is a
well,
very
thank
nice
you.
guy. Go ahead. Ask
okay.
your question.
So, we've had all these like SPF 50 to turn on a light bulb vibes here, and I just wanted to know, Hardin, like, what do you do for hobbies or like to touch grass and stuff? Like, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for hobbies?
Looks at guys.
Well, I do photography. I do photography both professionally and as a hobby. When I'm doing that for fun, I'm photographing insects and insects and buildings, and I love taking nighttime photos. Other than that, I like climbing. I love climbing. I get on a climbing wall every chance I get. That climbing is the best strength training activity. I
You're
enjoy
physically
hiking.
active a lot. That's cool, man. I like climbing.
I
That's good to hear.
I try to be physically active as much as I can. Yeah. I love sitting in saunas and steam rooms and things like that. One of the things, in fact, that's one of the things I love about the apartment complex I live in. This complex has a sauna on the premises.
Is it a co-ed
Yeah.
sauna?
Nothing
Is
like
it
a
a
bunch
what?
of naked guys sitting around. It's pretty
Just
straight.
steaming up the, warming up their dumplings.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get the same level of usage that a health club sauna gets.
But it's still a couple naked guys in there.
No.
So like, you gotta get a couple of your climbing buddies to get in there.
Is it?
You take-
Wait,
Is
yeah,
that
that's a
what you do
good point
photography?
because when it's hot, us guys, our balls distend. Is that the word? And they kind of droop
Yeah, they
lower.
extend.
Yeah.
Is that what you have to deal with, Hardin?
Hardin?
Like, do you go into a sauna and stare at guys' little cheese string balls?
No, he's
Dragon.
a photographer. He takes pictures of them.
Oh.
He takes macro photography, yeah.
Well, when I'm in the sauna at my apartment complex here, a lot of
Climbing
times
big
I'm in
black
there by
rocks.
myself.
The rocks aren't the only hard thing.
I like rock climbing too, Hardin. It's a good activity.
Actually,
Very-
I'm sorry, Anna.
What would you do if
Very
you were
fun.
sitting in the sauna just relaxing and a woman walked in? Would you get pissed off?
His sauna's for men only.
Yeah, that's bro time.
No. Pissed off for what? That's not my personal sauna. That's
With bro time, I guess it would be a good opportunity to take her.
What?
Just like you would.
So wait, hold on.
Brady.
I have a question about the rock climbing stuff because I have never done it myself, but I have friends who've done it. Is that like a pretty like? Do you ever meet women there? Like also rock climbing?
You know that's a good point there because I should start taking some opportunities to talk to women when I'm climbing. Yeah, normally when I'm climbing, I'm just focusing on myself. I'm focusing on reaching the
Just
top of the
passing.
climbing wall.
Are you
and
telling me that you've
climbing back
never
down.
been at the rock climbing gym, indoor rock climbing wall, whatever the hell you guys call it? I don't know.
Like a park,
I don't know.
like a rock climbing park.
Yeah,
They
whatever,
call it
whatever.
the
But like, you go
rock
there
climbing
and
stall.
there's women climbing already. Don't you ever look at their feet and how hot their feet look when they're stepping on those little plastic
barefoot. I think
molded
they're in a
rock
shoe.
climbing shimmies?
And you can't see their feet. They got climbing shoes on.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those climbing shoes are.
What if there was like some like Tarzan woman that's just like barefoot? Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
But
you could
even
be,
if
like get right under them and like say like you're spotting them, but you're just trying to get a good view of that badunkin.
Now Brady, you're
yeah,
doing
you
what
you
people
can smell their
usually do in gyms.
feet.
Yeah.
Brady, these are the men that get arrested.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just looking, not touching.
So do you ever like grab
I
their
just said
shoes?
smell 'em.
Do you ever like grab their shoes and take them off, and you're just like, oh shit, sorry, I was about to fall. I needed to grab onto your shoe.
It's the only way I could go up. There was no other way around this.
It's the only possibility. Yeah.
I was gonna die.
That sounds like a
Well, okay, so that was kind of ties into my question. I was just wondering how, like, one of the big problems like dating in this era for most people is we all work so much. If you do have a job, so like you don't always run into like the opportunities to talk to women. I was just wondering how much like possibility of interaction in that sense outside of the internet.
Yeah, you should meet them. You should always meet people in high school.
Yeah,
No,
that's where you stop.
let's harden
like,
answer.
like hell by the dashboard light argues. Yeah.
Ew, you guys actually talk to women? What the fuck?
Hang,
every
hang,
day.
no. Okay, hey, leave aside the sort jokes for a moment. Harden, how would you genuinely answer that? It's like, how do you meet women in this day and age, though? If say that's your hobby, you like climbing. How do you meet women that way?
If I was if I was going to try to initiate courtship at a climbing gym, I would just scope out a girl who I like and see if I'm getting a positive vibe from her does she look like she might be getting a little wet for me, or does she look like she's just fucking dry? And then
Wait,
if I'm,
has
if
a
I'm getting,
girl
if
ever
it-
gotten wet
it-
for you? Is it a thing that happens to you when you go to the rock climbing?
How do you
gym?
tell?
Yeah, I kind of.
How do you tell?
Like, how are you
Yeah.
doing today? Like,
I've only
How
been once in my life to a rock climbing gym. It was in 2018 when I was visiting a friend in America. Other than that, I don't know how women would act in a
Well,
rock climbing gym. I don't know what it would
Well,
feel like if she was
yeah,
wet. I couldn't tell at all. I've only been
well,
once.
Yeah, well, if it's an activity, whatever the activity is, you just try to tailor it to that activity. That I agree with Hell by the Dashboard Light on that. So, So at a climbing gym, for example, I don't know. I might just strike up a conversation and say how long have you been climbing for, and see how well the conversation goes. Is the bitch being engaging, or is she just giving very simple one word yes and no answers, and that kind of shit. So if the conversation is easy, because that's one thing that black pillars talk about, which they are right. That I know for a fact they're right on.
So to initiate courtship, do you start like a mating dance and like flourish your feathers?
Well, generally speaking, if a woman is getting wet for you, women will never initiate courtship because it's just not in female nature. It's not in female nature.
No.
She will if he's an okay guy and she's attracted to him. She might.
But what they will do is they will make it very easy for you to initiate. So I mean, you can tell by what kind of look she has in her eyes, how easy the conversation is when you're talking to her. Is it easy to talk to her? Is she engaging, or do you have to do all the talking and all she's doing is giving one word answers and shit like that? So in the context of a climbing
Hardin,
gym,
hang on.
In the context of a climbing gym, I would at some point, if the conversation was going nicely and I'm getting and I'm seeing good signs, I would say, hey, let's climb together. Let's climb up this simulation wall.
Okay, against my better judgment, I've unmuted homophobic because there is a question for you, Hardin. Homie, please don't try to actively get me banned and make it quick.
Yeah, no racism this time, please.
Please. Don't be a jerk.
How's Brady still here?
No racism?
Yes. Homie? Oh, if you don't... Alright, if you don't talk, I might have to mute you again, homie. You there? Okay, I don't think he is.
I'll be AFK.
Alright, sorry, homie. I'm gonna mute you. Octanar apparently has a question, though, for you, Hardin. So, Octanar, if I'm pronouncing that right, you're on. Hello?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, hey.
So I just wanted to ask real quick, Hardin, what is your relationship with your mother like? Like, and all the other women that are in your family, like, how do you view them?
How do I view them? Well, my aunt is fucking annoying as hell.
Well,
she is.
Wait, what does she do? What does she do? Why is she annoying?
I don't know. She just is. That's...
She's female, right?
No, no. Let's not drag it into jokes. I'm actually curious. Like, what does your aunt do? Your aunt is your uncle's wife, right? That's
my mom's sister.
Oh fuck! Am I retarded? Wait, what's your uncle's wife again? Whatever. Okay, so your mom's sister.
My maternal aunt. Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. What does she do though?
Anal retentive.
Anal retentive. Somebody said uncle's wife is also aunt. Oh, okay. Aunt just means female sibling of parents. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what?
Did you not know
has
that?
she abused you or?
No. She's extremely anal retentive. Like trying to setting up an engagement with her and stuff is very difficult because she's extremely anal retentive.
She's hard to talk to. Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what anal retention is?
no, no, ain't when I say anal retentive, I mean like she doesn't like coming into my apartment because she's allergic to cat's dander. So I guess it causes her to start sneezing or
Dandruff?
whatever.
You mean dandruff? Wait. Do you think maybe she's lying?
Yeah, yeah. So when when we're trying to set up an engagement to meet, it's always, well, I can meet you at such and such place, and don't wait inside for me because it's their business, and they have a right not to have non-paying customers inside, and all this kind of nonsense.
Non-paying customers. Does she work at a chain restaurant or chain?
Gosh. She's a housewife.
Sounds like a little Karen, a little bit of a Karen.
You like her because she's a housewife, though? Like, since that's what you want all women to be?
What's that?
Shouldn't you like that she's a housewife, though? Since that's, like, what you view
that part
women
I like.
should be?
That that part I like, yeah.
So, was there something that happened early on in your life that made you hate women? Or, like, any, like, trauma?
Well, certainly personal experiences does influence one's positions on subject matters. So that's a given. But for me, it's not those personal experiences alone. No, it's a combination of that and the kinds of things I'm seeing in society. The rancor between the genders that's occurring as a natural result of men and women competing in professional settings, because really women should not be in professional settings at all. The demographic decline that we're seeing in countries like the West and Israel and East Asia.
Do you think your aunt isn't coming to your home for personal reasons? This is the chatter is also asking, like, is it maybe not true that she's allergic to cats? Maybe she doesn't like your house or apartment?
No.
Well, I want to ask, do you think kind of all women in general are kind of hesitant to come to your place? Hardin?
Mainly in stairwells, I think.
Let him answer.
I don't know. I have not been inviting any women over.
That's hard to believe.
Okay, that's fair, but you're saying you've been trying to invite your aunt, right? And she says no.
Oh, she is very paranoid about allergens and things like that because
how old is she? If you don't mind me asking, how old is she?
She's in her 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because anytime I do visit her, she always has like an overcoat on just in case I have any cat dander on my clothes, and then she takes it off before she gets in her vehicle and puts it in a garbage bag and stuff like that. Yeah, she's very paranoid about stuff like that. She is.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, for me, it's I'm seeing the rancor between the genders. I'm seeing how this is impacting men when you look at the rise of the black pill community and the MGTOW community. I'm seeing the outrageous amount of public resources that were expending on police forces and courts and prisons, and this is all in order to control male sexuality, while female sexuality is
Harden, real
allowed to go
quick.
rampant.
Sorry, Harden. Hannah says you wanted to drag her into a stairwell and rape her.
Who's saying that?
Hannah.
Hannah with one H.
What?
She's
Did you
saying
claim
that...
that?
Hannah?
Yeah,
Or Hannah?
yeah, you're Hannah. Did you claim that you want to rape her or drag her into a stairwell?
Answer the question.
Hard. It's a hard
Hannah's
question.
she's the young girl in the bridal gown from earlier that you solicited feet photos from. She's saying you wanted to drag her into a stairwell and rape her.
I'm surprised she's saying that.
Why?
So did she not say that? Is she making that up?
I wonder if she's feeling wet right now thinking about me.
It's a yes or no question, Hardin.
What?
Ew! Ew! Ew!
Yeah, is that what's going
Ew.
on? Hannah? Are you feeling wet right now? Are you fantasizing about me? What's going on?
Ew!
Oh.
So you're calling her a liar?
No, I'm asking a serious question.
Well, we're asking you. Are you saying she's lying? You didn't say this. You didn't say you would drag her into a stairwell.
Ew!
Hardin?
I don't recall having that kind of conversation with her. No,
You might just forgot.
that conversation with her.
Hannah,
Yeah,
are you
but-
here? Hang on, Hannah?
But yeah, but
Really, unfortunately, but hi.
Okay,
Hannah, did it
Hannah...
actually happen?
Hannah
are
Montana.
you fantasizing about me, Hannah?
Oh. Hannah Montana, did you or did you not get a message from Hardin asking to pull you into a staircase to fuck you?
If I need to refresh your memory, I can send you.
Sure.
The
Feel free to
Whoa,
put them in
you
the
have
chat.
receipts? You have proof? Hardin, this isn't looking good, buddy.
Well, I mean,
Did you say it, Hardin? Mean you were just trying to turn her on.
trying
That's
to get
something I
those
would say.
fantasies activated, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously worked. She still talks to you. Hardin, are you there? Are you son?
Do you find...
If I did say it, I don't remember. I don't remember if I did.
Yeah, you might have just forgot.
Do you find her attractive? Do you find it hot to drag her into a stairwell for her feet?
Hannah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would definitely fuck her. Hell yes.
You would take her?
Damn straight.
So you would fuck her, but would you take her into a stairwell?
Oh yeah.
By force?
Oh, she's worthy of that.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
No doubt, brother.
Yeah, she's Stacy level.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
even she's screaming no, but you're like, yeah. You just take her.
Yeah, it's just tragic that a Stacy level girl like her and far too many others in our countries are choosing to squander away their fertility years, trying to live a man's life, and
Yeah, and sometimes you just gotta make them use it.
If only we all lived under the Tally Chad or Boca Tyrone.
Yeah. Do you wish we had that Eastern Standard where you just take women when you want?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Huh.
it's not just about that. It's about maintaining your society.
Yeah. You're not raping them
long-
because you want to. You're raping them because you have to. You want to keep the reproduction up.
Well, it's about maintaining your society as long into the future as possible. And
So you think rape would help our society? It would benefit our society?
I don't care how it's done. I don't care how it's done.
So rape would help our society?
Makes no difference to me. I don't care.
You don't care? As long as we get that society better, if we can rape.
He's not saying no.
I think he's saying yes.
Okay, homie, I will let you get one question in. Please.
Don't be
Please.
racist.
Don't be a dick.
Deflect away from me.
Oh, wait. Homie, you are unmuted. Oh, he left. What? Where'd homie go?
I gather you're feeling on the spot right now, Hannah.
Oh, just a little bit, I would say. Just a little bit.
Where'd homie go?
Hardin, do you think you could plan a date to meet up with Hannah?
I really think you need to stop talking, Brady.
It could be a good idea.
I think Forrest wants to talk. He said he has a question.
Don't deflect.
Well, I definitely wouldn't.
Homie says, "Fuck y'all, I'm grossed out and leaving." Wow. Oh my god, you guys chased away homie. Even he was too grossed out.
Sorry, Hardin, what?
I definitely wouldn't turn away a girl of her physical attributes.
What is it about Hannah you find... Wait, hold up. What is it? I've never seen Hannah. What is it about Hannah that you find so attractive? Is it the feet? I don't know about her physical attributes. Hannah could be like 500 pounds.
Yeah, it's definitely not her personality.
Brady, you're not too ravishing either.
Thank you.
Okay, Simon Bo has a question. Simon, you are unmuted. Go ahead, Simon.
All right, cool. Hi. So I have a question. So getting all the hypotheticals out of the way, I guess. Like, why do you care so much about women being in workplace and women doing all these things? Like, how does this affect you on a personal level to a point where you feel so passionately about it?
Well, I do worry for the future of human civilization. And,
but why?
And the issue is see countries that are under the rule of organizations like the Tally Chad and Boko Tyrone. They're going to continue to be around 25,000 years from now. While right now, it's looking like the high intellect countries of the world, the West, Israel, East Asia, might not be. And see, but I want to see the human species one day reach the Star Trek age. And if people of high intellect, the kind of people that we need, the top tier talented people that we need to get us there, are not breeding, not only can you count on that not happening, but you can also count on civilization as a whole eventually reverting back to the fucking Stone Age. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to get folks to think about this problem. People in our countries, most of us live first world countries. We have an unsustainably low childbirth rate.
Okay.
Now,
Simon, did you have a follow-up?
Now, there's
Do you have a rebuttal?
Yeah, so in Scandinavia, which is like a triome of like countries, I don't remember which ones in particular.
You're part of the first world community. Yeah, Finland,
Think of
Norway,
Sky
all
Ice
those
for
places are part
subscribing.
of the first world community.
So they have established the most egalitarian state, you could say, in the world, and that has ever existed. And they have been they've been doing way better than the US has, but because of its egalitarianism, it kind of takes away from the entire scientific, I say, because to me it acts as more eugenics from what I'm hearing from you, but it takes a lot of like the egalitarian point of it and them succeeded even more because they don't like treat people differently based on genders. They don't raise people differently based on genders. Why does it, if they're succeeding better than we are, but we're doing that, shouldn't that indicate that we are not doing it correctly? Maybe that's not the way it actually is. Maybe that's only looking at it from a very keyhole point of view.
Yeah, but the problem with Scandinavia is they're not going to be able to maintain their highly advanced societies very long in the future if they continue on this negative birth rate trend that they're on now, because look at how many third world immigrants Sweden has been bringing in, for example, over the last decade. It's because they don't have enough of their own citizens to do the jobs that need to be done in their country, and this is a problem.
Have you ever considered that maybe it's not a societal problem, but maybe it's an earthly room problem? So I don't remember the exact term for it, but there's a term where basically when a population becomes large enough, there will be a point where it is greatly increased, and then there will be a sharp decrease because I'll use like wild animals for an example, right? So there's an abundance of elk or something, and they're eating all the grass, and when all the grass is eaten, they start dying off because there's so many elk eating all the grass, right? And so the grass starts going back, and it goes in this loop and this fluctuation. What if this is just one of those instances where humans are in a decline because there's just not enough room for humans to prosper, and so it goes down, but in the future it'll go back up, right?
Hardin, before you answer, I want to say you can answer that question. Brady will get the last question after this, and then we can wrap up. All right?
Thanks for...
thank you, man, for tuning in. Hardin, please go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
I don't agree with that because the thing is, there is no reason to have any homeless population, for example, in any country on this planet. The only reason for that is because of the inefficient way that we are using land. So, for example, why do cities in every country on the planet, why do all cities have these stupid damn height restrictions where new housing buildings can't be built more than 10 feet tall? I'm being facetious, by the way. In case anyone's not getting that, but you get the point. See, we could easily provide enough living spaces for every citizen on the planet, and actually use less land than what we're using now. The thing is, suburbs should not exist. We have our cities. we need to just start using land efficiently. With modern technology, we can easily build agriculture into cities and produce 5 times, maybe 10 times, maybe even 15 times the amount of fruits and vegetables and stuff like that we're producing now. So no, we don't actually have a shortage of resources. What we do have is a distribution problem among other kinds of political problems.
Is that an answer to your question, caller?
But we will eventually start having a resource shortage problem if people of high intellect aren't reproducing.
Simon, does that answer it?
Coming.
Simon?
I
guess Simon hung up.
Let's give him 10 seconds. In the meantime, Brady, if you have one last question, I think we can wrap it up here if Simon isn't there, which he does not seem to be.
See, it's really tragic that the high intellect populations of the world do not have that same drive that the low IQ people of third world shitholes have, which is an admirable drive, by the way. It's too bad that the high intellect people don't have that same drive to want to pass on their genes.
Okay, Hardin, the last question today, and we have to wrap it up. Brady, what would you like to ask?
It's not a very good question that needs to be hyped up or anything. It's not a great last question.
I
sent Mariah, or excuse me, I sent Hardin a picture not too long ago of Mariah's feet just to get his opinion on them. And he just said, hell fucking yes, brother. Those are some good feet. So what is your feet? Nice. Those are some nice feet, huh? Yeah, I mean, I like them myself a lot, you know.
Don't dox Mariah's feet. Mariah may have amazing feet.
Okay, yeah, I won't tell anybody. They were some nice feet, right? So where does this feet thing come from? Like, what got you into feet?
Well, liking feet is not that uncommon as some people seem to think it is. I mean, there's a website called Wiki Feet that's
a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
it's not common at all. Yeah, it's very rare. Is
I was
it
just
not?
wondering if something influenced you.
Yeah, no, it's I think the reason why a lot of guys in general take notice of women's feet and women aren't stupid. Women know this. This is why women paint their toenails and wear fancy sandals and stuff like that. I think it's just something evolutionarily programmed because women's feet are soft. They're smaller. They're much smaller on average than a man's
again,
feet.
Hardin, as I said before, so are their hands. They can paint their fingernails. A girl's hands are soft. They're very cute hands. A lady's hands are very cute. Lady's hands, right? So why do you specifically go for the feet rather than her hands or her ears or her nose or her lips? Any smaller...
For the same reason as going for the rest of those features.
Okay, so, all right. Let's rank. Brady's here too.
What would you rate?
No, bro. Brady, hang on.
Okay.
We're three
Okay.
guys right here. Ass, tits, feet. What do you rank them, Hardin? Because in my world, it goes ass, tits, feet. What's your ranking?
Ass, tits, feet.
Yes, ass,
Let's
tits, feet.
see.
I love ass. I want to eat ass. I want to choke on ass. Tits are nice. Tits are okay. They don't have to be gigantic. It's okay if they're like petite, youthful, and young. Not young, but like what is that word you always use? Healthy, petite looking, I suppose. And
Yeah, petite.
feet is like last because I'm not really into feet.
I think my order of priority would be abdomen area, particularly her navel.
Navel? Are you into navel tattoos?
You're a nose guy?
Navel, navel, feet, and then breasts.
Navel, feet, breasts.
No pussy?
Yeah, no ass?
Kaya's an ass guy.
No,
You don't like ass at all?
I don't particularly care about a woman's butt area.
What about the pussy?
Well, that of course, yeah. I like it. I like it with pubic hair. I am very disappointed with women who shave their pubic hair. What is the sense in that? Seriously.
You're disappointed with women for shaving?
I'm disappointed with women who shave their pubic hair. Yeah, I don't see the sense in that at all.
Yeah.
So
see where you're coming from.
No ass at all? You don't, like, when a woman walks in front of you or at the grocery store, you don't check out her ass at all?
You're disappointing your doctor.
I notice it, but it's not that important.
Oh my God.
So you saw some like 13-year-old bending over, you wouldn't look at that ass? Hardin?
I would be taking notice of her groin area if she's a hottie. If she's a hottie, yeah, I'd definitely be taking notice of her groin area.
What does make her a hottie? Like, because a 13-year-old at the grocery store, how is she a hottie? How do you even tell? Like, a 13, you don't have tits. You don't really have a good shaped body. How do you know if she's a hottie?
Well, he's focused on the groin area.
Yeah, but you can't see her groin.
Well, he's focused on it.
I'll agree with you on that, Kaya. Yeah, because a woman does become more formed around age 15, because 13 is when puberty begins. 13 is when puberty begins. But she is more fully developed at around 15.
Yeah. 13.
The puberty process usually runs about 2 years, give or take.
13's good, but you prefer 15?
Wait, I'm also confused about that. You say the puberty process runs for 2 years. Doesn't the puberty run for a very, very long time? Until you're like 20?
Not that long, no.
But it can't be 2 years. Puberty doesn't take 2 years, does it?
Let me see here. All right, now you got me looking. Let's see here.
That sounds way too short.
Last. Let's see. What can we find on the search engine? How long does puberty
Underage girls' figures.
Let's see here.
Well, we are live, Hardin. I don't know if we have time for research.
That's true.
Yeah, it's okay. We gotta wrap soon.
Yeah.
This looks like it's gonna take some time, but
we'll finish that next show. Can I ask you? So that picture I sent of Mariah, what would you rate that on a scale from 1 to 10? 10 being the hottest. Pretty up there.
I give her about an 8.
Okay, that's pretty good.
About an 8.
That is pretty good. Yeah, Mariah should be
Respectable.
proud.
I am, or she is. So, can I ask a micro question? This guy in the chat
Okay,
won't stop
last
bothering
question
me.
though.
Okay, yeah, but it's a micro question. This guy won't stop bothering me. He said, like, we have a picture of you. Like, you said you took it 10 years ago, but he's very poignant on your neck hair. Is there a reason, like, you have a lot of neck hair? You don't shave that?
Not very often. No, I've started within the last year cutting my own hair, and I invested in a clipper set because I just got sick and tired of spending money at barber shops and salons and whatnot.
Yeah, you couldn't exactly wear a necklace.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I do shave my neck hair when I'm shaving my head, but I don't do that. I don't do it that frequent. I do it about every 5 weeks. I do that. About
All right,
every
thank you,
5
doctor.
weeks.
That's still pretty impressive, man. I like shave, or at least I trim my beard like once a week. It doesn't grow that strong. So neck hair, throat hair every 5 weeks.
Like
that's still impressive.
His neck hair is like 6 inches long. It's impressive, actually.
Yeah, I don't
like
have
a forest back there.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, that's my good genes.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
All right. Thank you, Brady, for calling. Thank you, literally everybody calling in today. Hydrated man. Brady, I guess. Mariah, Hannah, everybody. Every single person, thank you for calling. And thank you also for being with us, Hardin, even though I know that most people are against you. It seems they are... I know it's a contentious dialogue topic, so I appreciate it, you calling in. If you would like to join...
I take pride in being contentious.
Okay, I can respect that. If you would like to join the Discord, it's in the channel description of the Twitch channel. Fuck Homie Sapiens for being a sort of a dick, trying to get me banned.
Racist,
but I still
racist piece of shit.
I still like him. Just please don't try to actually get me banned, homie.
Come on.
Be a friend. Be a brother. All right. Thank you for everybody watching, everybody subscribing, and everybody have a nice night.
Thank you, Brady.
Tight, please.
Be well, folks. Later.
Hope so. Bye. All right. That was a good show. Thank you, Hardin. Thank you, Brady. And thank you everybody for, Hassan Pfeffer and Horse. All right. Hardin, you gonna go to sleep? What time is it for you?
Yeah, probably about 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours from now. It's just after 20 hours. It's 20 or 8:13 p.m. Yeah, I usually get to sleep around midnight, 1 a.m. It's just depends on what depends on
That
what
photographer life.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I also go to bed late. I fall asleep by like 4 a.m. local time, which is in an hour from now, but, I understand. I am 6 to 7 hours ahead of you, Hardin, by the way. So...
oh yeah. Germany. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shit.